Don't do it. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Heavy Cardboard. Teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, especially if they're out of print. I'm your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by a couple very good friends.
Alyssa. Martin.
All right, tonight we are busting out a game that we played a lot back when I was in Denver and just got lost in the shuffle. I've been wanting to play it for the better part of 2 years, but then COVID happened. That's The Capitals. Designed by Thiago Boaventura and published by Mercury Games back in, I think, 2013. So welcome, everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. Should be a good time tonight. You know how as you play games and the longer you're in the hobby, the more your tastes change or morph into, you find out what it is you like more or less. Also, how do I put this? Your concept or your perception of what is incredibly hard and what isn't changes. This is one of the latter games for me, to where I remember when we played this back when it had first come out, 2013, 2014, remembering this being incredibly difficult and hard to play as a tableau builder, and now less so, but really, we enjoyed it. So anyway, we'll save that for the roundtable. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and let's get into it, shall we? All right, let's go with the, here we go. The world's most famous capital cities didn't just appear overnight. It took careful planning, resources, and time. Now, new countries seek to build great capitals of their own, and you were challenged to create a city unlike any other. But with each new era comes new challenges, and you must be prepared to make important decisions. The winning player will earn the right to host the next World Expo, but that's a prize reserved for only the most prestigious city. All right, so in the capitals, well, yeah, it's a city builder slash tableau builder. So we're going to be acquiring these tiles out here and then building up our own tableaus, as you can see around here. And then using our power plants, which are disconnected from our tableau of city building, to then activate buildings to be able to do various things, move out the various tracks, ultimately to finally be able to score prestige or victory points. And whoever at the end of the game has the most victory points will win the game. Now, one thing to keep in mind about the capitals before I go any further is the majority of the game you are going to be spending in negative points. Or, if you prefer, you just have less points. It seemed when we've played this, and some of the original pushback on this game was people don't like being negative in negative points, crawling out of a hole. They could have adjusted the point values, but really it's no big deal. Just keep in mind that probably 2/3 of the game you're going to be spent in the negatives, and then eventually getting in the positives to hopefully be able to score points for the end of the game. All right, so what is it y'all are looking at? Well, out here around the outside, economy track. Economy track is the money that we have available to be able to spend. So that track around the outside is not victory points. Keep that in mind. Over in the top left-hand corner is the initiative track or initiative area. And what this is turn order. Now, in a 3-player game, the first player, when we decide, will go here, second, third. However, the 4th spot is available, for normally only available in the 4-player game, as you can see, at the beginning of the game. But in ours, the first 5 spots are available. The last spot will not be available to us. Then we have the public services track here. Then we have the culture track. Every time I say culture, I keep thinking Culture Club, Karma Chameleon plays in my head. I don't know if I'm the only one. Anyway, I digress. Then we have the 2 related tracks here. We have population, and alongside the population track is the employment track. The employment track, these two are going to be kind of joined at the hip here as we go along. Your employment can never be higher than your population. Obviously, you can't have more employed people than you actually have people, because that'd be weird. Then down here, we have the progress track around the outside there, and then we have the round track right there, which shows the rounds. Who knew? Then we have the building market. The amount of buildings that are available in a given game are 2 plus the number of players. We are 3 players, so 2 plus the number of players means there will be 5 every round. This is a bit of a different market in that they become more expensive as they age, the longer they are out here. They will shift down every round and eventually be removed from the game. So that's everything that you're looking out here, other than the highest culture marker, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then our tableaus of our starting city, our starting power plant. Everybody has a tourist, has 4 energy cubes, and then a number of prosperity tiles as well. All right, so with that said, and there are more era tiles off screen for the 3 eras in the game, but good enough on that. All right, so the game takes place over 3 eras. Each era is broken up into 4 identical rounds. At the end of the 4th round of that era, we will have a World Expo evaluation, aka a scoring round, and then do that 12 times, or as it were, 3 era wise, and then go into final scoring. Each individual round will have 5 or possibly 6 steps or phases within that. The first one is the initiative phase, where we're going to determine turn order. The second one is building phase. We're going to all build one of the available buildings out there into our tableau. The third phase is the tourism phase. Hey, who has the highest culture? Let's go visit their city. The 4th phase is going to be half of the meat of the game, I would say, which is activating buildings within our tableau to move up tracks, do things, and hopefully be able to eventually score points. And then finally, an administrative phase or a cleanup phase. On some of these rounds, we are going to also have a 6th phase, which is a prosperity phase, where we're going to build special buildings that we've already dealt out to all of us. So, with that said, let's go ahead and go over this a bit more in detail and go from there. So, initiative phase. So, phase 1. Skip this in the first round, but let's say, for argument's sake, this is the turn order. We are now at the end of the first round. What's going to happen then, in turn order, going left to right, whoever is furthest to the left is going to then choose which spot they want to go of the 5 that are available, the 5 leftmost that are available, for turn order for the next round. So if blue, say, wants to ensure they go first, they would move all the way into that spot there. Then red says, I really don't care, so I'm going to move all the way to the cheapest, to the right. And then purple says, you know what, I am going to go second, so why don't I pay the cheapest amount? All right, so that's easy enough. But why would you choose one over the other? Well, the reason for that is where you are to begin with has a multiplier. When you choose what spot you're going to go to, you're going to multiply this number by the number that you go to. So in this case, blue chose to ensure that they go first. 4 times 3 would be 12 bucks. They spend 12 on their economy. Good news, even though it's not a Martin Wallace game, you can take loans. The loans are not payable at the end of the game. They are paid immediately. For every point or for every victory point that you lose, or for every $3 that you need, I think that's a better way to put it, you lose a point. And good news, we have lots and lots of negative points out there available. So take my word for it, lots and lots of negative points. All right, so as it is, you can always pay for what you want to do. Even if you don't have the money on the economy track, you can always pay. So in that case, that would be 3 times 1 for purple, and then red is 2 times 2 for 4 bucks. They would move back on the respective tracks. That is the first phase of the round. That makes sense? Good. We can move on. All right. So the second one, the second phase is the building phase, where we're going to build buildings out here, and the cost is going to be either 0, 2, or $4, again, paying from the economy that you have out there, to be able to build one of the available buildings. Now, in the first era, the Era 1 buildings are available. They become bigger, stronger, faster, you know, $6 million buildings, if you will. All right, so let's take a look at these buildings a little bit. These are the ones that are going to be available at the beginning of the game for us. I'm not going to go over the details of every single one, but I'll go through the anatomy of them, though, as it is. First off, you can see that they are different colors. So green mostly is going to be housing stuff. Red is going to be column.
Museums.
And such. Culture. Then economy buildings are going to be blue. There are going to be brown buildings. There are going to be, which are like government, yellow, which are going to be industry, that type thing. All right. So when you choose to build the building, the cost, if you will, or what you're going to get in green or what you're going to lose in red is shown on the right-hand side. So you have the era on it, then what type of building it is, and then how you're going to move on the various tracks. So you have, this is going to be on the prosperity track, this is going to be on the progress track, this is going to be the number of your population, and then the public services. So gain 1 there, gain 4 there, move back 2 there, etc. And you can kind of get the idea. Get to culture, etc., etc. All that pretty straightforward. I think that's easy enough. On the housing buildings, if you will, the green buildings, they're going to have a level, a 1, 2, or a 3 on them, which are going to come into play with possibly things that are like over here on this. The left side of the building is going to have different icons for when they take effect, okay? So this is when activated. A exclamation point is when built. A construction is when building. So whether you build this one, buildings do take effect. They're grandfathered in, that they take effect to everything that already exists as well as other things that will come afterwards. Then when activated or an ongoing effect, as it were. All right? So that's why you're building this building. So for instance, whenever you activate this building, you lose a population, but you gain 2 employment. This is for every blue building that you build that is adjacent to this building, you then gain 1 population. Okay, easy enough, so on and so forth. Here is every time you build adjacent to it, regardless of what it is, you're going to get 2 income.
Activate.
Or every time you, the activate, you'll gain 7, but anytime you build adjacent to it.
Every time you activate around it.
Sorry, I see that. Yeah, I missed the activation sign. There you go. All right, so easy enough. So what's going to happen is your in turn order, you're going to choose one of the available buildings, be it the 0, the 2, or the $4 ones. Choose one, and then build it over here into your tableau. Now, there are a couple of rules for building in your tableau. So you'll notice, first off, that everybody has a couple of buildings already built in their city. And the reason for that, your starter buildings. So everybody has a hotel and a city hall, and then they have what's called 2 construction markers. You could build it like this, or you could build it like how Alyssa has, to where they're side to side, however you want to be able to begin the game. For building, there are 2 rules that you probably want to follow for construction. The first one is a building must be built in an open construction slot. So as it is, I have this one available, this one available, this one, and this one, because that's where I've placed my construction tokens. Easy enough. The second rule is light color buildings must be adjacent to other light color buildings. So in this game, diagonals do count. So in other words, for this red one here, I could build there, or there, a red building, and that would be adjacent to an existing red building. I also could build it down below it, and that would be adjacent as well, even though there are no construction markers. However, for each of those 2 rules that you choose, you choose to break, cost you 2 points. Easy enough? And you know what happens? You just get the little red markers over there, and hey, no big deal. you just lost a couple more points.
Yeah, they'll be plentiful.
Yeah, don't worry.
Two more points is nothing.
All good. So when you build a building, you place it out here. You either get negative points. If you broke one or both of the rules, you will lose 2 or 4 points respectively. And then that is the building phase. We move to the next player. Any questions on the building phase?
Nope.
All right, and obviously anything over on the right-hand side, anything that's triggered on the left-hand side because of it, et cetera, et cetera. The next phase is going to be the tourism phase. The tourism phase is now going to be regarding this culture track here in the middle. The culture track, whoever is furthest in the lead takes the car or the tourist of the player that is furthest back. Pretty simple. And then there are tiebreakers associated with it, which we'll talk about if and when they come into play. But why does that matter? Well, think of your tourists as a mobile energy cube for activations. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. But what's important is whoever is highest on the culture track takes from whoever is lowest in the culture track. In addition to that, they also get the highest culture token. And this is going to allow you to take 1 extra action or 1 extra activation on a given turn. That is going to be extraordinarily powerful as well. So whoever has it, it's out here on the board to begin with, but each round it'll just be handed around the table by or to whoever has the most culture. Easy enough? All right, move on. The next one is going to be the executive phase. The executive phase is now you're going to activate buildings in your tableau. So you'll notice that most buildings that show the activation will have 1 cube printed on it. As the game progresses, there's going to be multiple cubes possibly printed on this. But the cost to activate a given building is going to be the 1 more than the number of printed cubes on there and pieces of wood that are already on that building. So to activate City Hall, so in other words, if I activate it, I'm going to pay 1 culture and I'm going to gain 1 employee. Okay. The cost is 1 more than what's on there. So that's going to cost me 2. So I take 2 from my power supply and I put it on there. And then I would lose 1 culture and I would gain 1 employment. Easy, simple. If I wish to do that again, it now is going to cost 1 more than pieces of wood and printed. So there are 3 on there, so that would cost me 4 to activate it again, provided I had enough activations. Well, you see your power supply right here. Your power plant says you only have 1 activation per turn, unless you also have the highest culture marker. You have 2 activations. So in that case, I could activate that, and I could, if I want, go ahead and activate that one. So that costs 2 energy cubes, and then I would pay another culture, and I would gain 7 on the income track. You might be asking yourself, whoa, that's not an energy cube, that's a tourist. Well, that's what tourists are. Like I said, they are variable energy cubes. Because at the end of the round, these energy cubes will stay out here. Except the tourist, you'll be able to move, and you'll be able to reuse it as an energy cube on a different building, provided you still have it. If it goes and visits somebody else's town, it becomes a variable energy cube for the other player. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so that is the executive phase or activation phase. Make sense? Then after that, administrative phase, pretty simple. Any buildings that weren't built, slide down 1. If they're at the 4, they're out of the game, they get removed. Then we're gonna add 5 new tiles, given what era we're in. Okay, easy enough. Then, if any construction marker has been completely surrounded by buildings, move it to any place that isn't completely surrounded. Then after that, the initiative markers will get ready for initiative, advance the round marker, boom, done, rinse and repeat. However, you'll notice that out here we are playing with the prosperity tiles. These markers right here, after the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 11th round, there are 5 prosperity markers, and we have 6 prosperity tiles. These prosperity tiles are going to be special rule breaker powerful tiles that we're going to be able to build at the end of those given rounds. You must build a prosperity tile following the normal rules or taking negative points. Or if you cannot or choose not to, instead you build a lake. A lake basically gives you 2 energy cubes and is a dead sinkhole otherwise. It does nothing for you for the remainder of the game other than take a spot. That makes sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. At the end of the 4th, 8th, and 12th round, we will have the World Expo. The World Expo is we're going to score points. Those points, now, where are you getting points from? Well, employment track. We start back here at the -12. Wherever your employment marker is, you either lose or gain that many victory points. Easy enough on that. Then, unemployment. The unemployment, so for instance, if purple were here, would lose 1 point. Then you would look at the disparity between population and employment. And based on this track here, lose that many points. If it is there, lose no points. It can't be there because you can't have more employed than population. So the best it could do is there. Lose 0 points. Lose 1 point, lose 2 points, and anywhere back here, lose 3 points as it shows. Okay? Then the public service. Do whatever it says based on where you are here. Move up 3 on the progress track, or 2 or 1, get an energy cube, or lose that amount of income. All right? We haven't talked about the progress track. Well, the progress track, think of it as kind of like a Monopoly board. Every time you pass go, go would be right here. You're going to get a new power plant. On the new power plant, it's going to show some number of activations. It will go up as the game goes on. You will immediately gain that many energy cubes, including any that you have not spent already, every time you land on this or pass this. So that's going to be beneficial. So, scoring, as I said there. And finally, cleanup. Remove any energy cubes that are used out here and throw them away. Throw them back into the supply. The only cubes you have left are the ones that are here, and your tourist marker remains where it remains until the tourist phase, which if you lose it or if you gain someone else's, then you may move it from building to building. That pretty much is the entire game. Do that at the end of the 4th, 8th, and 12th round. At the end of the game, if there are any checkerboard or checkered flag buildings, those are endgame scoring tiles. Score those. Whoever has the most points wins. There is one more thing that I forgot to mention. During the executive phase, when you're activating, if you choose to take no activations, instead, you can do one of 2 things. You can either gain 1 culture or 1 energy cube from the supply added on there. Regardless of how many activations you forewent, if you took none, you get 1 of those 1 things. That's it. That's it. I screw anything up?
Is it 1 culture or is it 1 victory point?
It's actually culture, according to this.
So it's but
Yeah, we played victory point on the replay, but
I thought that was an error on the thing.
They could, hold on, there's an FAQ. Double check, double check, double check. Let me make sure I'm not lying. Nope, it's culture. You're right. I'm sorry, it's a victory point. It's not culture. It's not up there. It's a victory point per the rule book. There you go.
Okay.
So that's a misprint on the player rate. All right, so that's it. Any questions?
no.
All right, cool. All right, good. I think that's it. All right, let me bring up the...
Do you want these on? Do you want like the next power plants on camera, or leave them over here? Just leave them over here. I can
Nah. There is an order to them, and the earlier you get the new power plants, the better. In fact, you know what? We can put it right here.
put the new ones.
Yeah, the
next round out.
yeah, there you go. So 5 cubes, 4 cubes, 4 cubes. Okay, but they're all 1 activation. So whenever we pass there, that's what happens there. We got that. The prosperity tiles. So we have 6. We're going to build 5. I think I'm going to leave it as a surprise to everybody and just let's roll with it. I think that works.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds good. Cool.
All right. There we go. Good. Martin.
First player.
8 of hearts.
7 of hearts. 3. Okay. 8, 7, 3. So we're going anti-clockwise and in that order that you had. Oh, one more thing. At the end of the game, you also will score, or you will pay where you are at the end of the game as well. One extra time.
extra time,
So it does make that meaningful.
Before the end game scoring with the points on the...
Exactly. All right, so we skipped the initiative phase at the beginning of the game. So over under Glory to Realms, probably not a lot. Probably 3.5, I think. There we go. Cool. All right. Welcome, everybody. Hi. Seems a lot of y'all are excited about this, which pleasantly surprised to hear that. All right, so building phase. So here, let's go over what the buildings are. I kind of already did that a little bit. Actually, I would argue I kind of did it almost entirely.
Yeah, and we can talk about the ones we take.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So, Alyssa, it's your honor.
I'm going to start like I did the pre-play, and I'll take the Opera House.
All right.
It gets me...
Oh.
That gets me 2 bumps on the progress track.
You didn't realise the rule that says you have to sing if you take the Opera House?
I thought
And
so.
2 culture.
And you lose culture if I sing.
I was going to say you lose subscribers if I do.
All right. It's me. All right.
I was told as when we did our children's plays when we were at infant school, which is when you were about 6 or 7, everybody was told, sing as loud as you can, except Martin, just move your lips.
Were you really told that legitimately?
Seriously?
With good reason. I have no ability when it comes to singing.
Oh, I'm tone deaf as a frog, but wow, that's rough.
I remember that, oddly enough.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
I can see that sticking with you.
Yeah, seriously, right? All right. So, lose population to gain employment. To keep those close, I like that. Although, gaining, I hate the idea that I'm going to lose 2 public works or 2 public utilities if I take either of those. But gaining population, you need to gain population to be able to really be able to, ramp up your employment. So, the blue buildings basically are going to be a money generator for us. And I think you know what? Yeah, I think, let me look, hold on. Let me hem and haw here. I need to look at my you know what? Y'all look down for a second real quick.
Sure.
And what we're going to do is go over some of the I will go over my prosperity tiles. So this is the right is the prerequisite. Means you have to have the most or equal to of those color buildings in your tableau. Okay? So I'm showing y'all the prerequisites on these. Okay? So that kind of goes in line with what I was showing you. Notice that, right? But that is depending on what era it's built in and then whatever happens there. So that is the endgame scoring icon right there. So looking at this one, I think I like being able to work on that. And it also helps with this, ironically enough. So yeah, all right. That said, I will go ahead and take the downtown abode. Now, one thing I did not mention when I was going through the rules was what happens when you don't have a building of that type already out here. Well, it's free to place. You won't lose victory points, I should say, when you build it if it's the first type, because there's nothing adjacent to it, right? Obviously. But I think I will. One spot is pretty much equal to the other, so I will go ahead and build it there. So my progress track, it moves up 2, 1, 2, 3 population there, and public works moves down 2. Oh, right. Okay. I was like, wow, what did you build? Right. Okay. There. Now, we're going to move it up above where that is, just because it covers this stuff up. One other thing that I failed to mention, every time you would ping off the either end of the track in a given action, even if you would move 4 or 5 steps, you only get whatever the penalty or benefit is once per a given action. All right, so that's done. Nothing, that's an activation, and that is whenever I build a blue building, so I'm done. Mr. Fowler.
Well, of course, I've got what's left to deal with, which reduces my complexity of my choices, I guess, supposedly. Well, so the question is really, do I want one of those 2 commercial buildings, or do I want a King George mansion? I kind of do want to push population up, because I think population is a good thing to push up. And I quite like the fact that this gives you the flexibility of dropping population to increase your employment. That's quite a nice balancing act. I think that can work quite well during the game. The biggest thing that annoys me about this, other than the -2 public service, but I mean, the others are -1 as well, is it's only 1 on the progress track. And I do think, again, keeping the progress track humming is important. But on the whole, I think I like the King George mansion, so I'm going to go with the King George mansion.
And the Peanut Gallery has asked us to announce the building names because they're Easter eggs involved.
Okay. So the King George mansion will set me 1 on the progress, if you can do that for me, Edward.
Right. Yep.
And 4 on population.
4, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And I can do the -2 on the public
Hey, join the
works.
party. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So we are done now with the building phase. So now the tourism phase, the highest culture. When's the highest culture? So Alyssa gets the extra one. In addition to that, she also takes, I forget what the tiebreakers are. Go ahead. If y'all know, feel free to chime in. Tourism.
It's commerce track and then initiative, I believe.
Yeah, economy track, you're right.
Which
so
is still all tied.
We're all tied. So then it is initiative. So purple.
So I take purples.
Yes, so there goes purple's car. It just hangs out over near Alyssa's power plant to begin, and that is the tourism phase. Now, the executive phase. So I will continually throughout this game think whoever has the highest culture will start. It's in turn order is what it's supposed to be. We could theoretically do this simultaneously, but...
We could.
Alyssa,
I will activate. I have 2 activations because I have this and I have the highest culture. So I'll activate both my cities,
Okay.
which will take away my 2 culture,
Yep.
but get me an employment and $7 up to 23.
23. Got
Thank you.
Yep. Boom. Done. All right. Cool. So yours truly now. And remember, you can always forego to score a point or get rid of a negative point, as it were, or get an extra energy cube. Well, I only have 1 activation, as you can see right there. So basically, it's one of these 2. And money is going to be far more important than employment right now. So I think I will. I will use my tourists and 1 of my energy cubes, leaving 3 here, plus hopefully I can move this to a different building next round. But there I will lose. Okay, hold on. I'm basically doing that for $4 because I would gain 7 here, but I'm going to lose 3 there for going down 1. So I have planned poorly. You know what? Doing that, I have a plan actually. Instead of that, never mind. I will take an energy cube for my first turn. Whee! And Martin, you're up.
Yeah, I'm also tempted to go with the energy cube. I like you. I don't fancy using my city hall or hotel because it'll cost the money on that front. I could use my King George mansion. But I'm going to have to play. I can't play a tourist. I'm going to have to pay 2 energy cubes, which automatically means that the King George mansion is going to be expensive to play a second time. If I'm able to get my tourist back, I might be able to do my King George mansion twice before the end of the first phase. So I'm going to also forego the action and hold on to the cube.
All right.
Take another cube.
That's it for the executive phase. Admin phase. All right, these move down. There. We have 5 new buildings come out. Anything that's surrounded and construction tokens. Obviously, there are none. Initiative markers are dropped down, and then advance the round marker. Boom, done. We're a 12th of the way through the game. You get the idea. Before we go into the next round, though, I think it's going to behoove us to take a look at what the buildings are that came out, because that's going to influence why we're trying to do that. So we have the Heritage Windmill, the Courthouse, the Iron Foundry, the Brickworks, and the Park. So we have our first yellow, and for actually all of those are first colors of those. So y'all can kind of see there are no new icons for the initial stuff, but on the other, for every different type of building, gain a culture that's adjacent, because remember, diagonals do count in this game. I think everything else, this is every time you get a new power plant, you gain 2 culture. All right, so those are the buildings that are available, and this is going to come into play with our prosperity tiles as well. Keep that in mind. So, and the blue ones that are right here are also still available, remember. They just cost a couple bucks. So while they might not have been as enticing last round, they might be more so now. All right. Hey, Paulo. Otrex, is that, who is that? I know who that is, I think. I think that's one of the publishers. Okay, so, Alyssa, right? Yeah, your choice. 4 times.
4 times what but I do have some money, and
Yeah.
there is one in particular that I want, so
12.
I'll do that.
All right, from 23
So
to 11.
11.
Yep. So looking at my prosperity tiles, which we still have this and one more round, I have some options on what I want to build on this, and I think getting that one out, that's a whenever. That behooves me to get out later, but earlier is I think I have some options, so I don't necessarily need to spend a ton, but I'm gonna make, because remember, it's not just the multiplier that you're getting now, it's the multiplier that you're getting later. So I'll go ahead and be milquetoast and just stay where I'm at. So that's gonna be $6 back to 10. And Martin.
I'm going to be El Cheapo and just spend 2.
Okay. The courthouse is, call it a brown building. It's a government building. And is it different than the Heritage Windmill and the Park? Yes. So it's brown. So red, brown, yellow, yellow, red, blue. All right. There we go. Have a good night, Renee. All right. So building phase. Alyssa, it is your honor, man.
Yes. So there.
You said there was one.
There was one, and I'm gonna take the Iron Foundry. I thought about the Park because it gets you 2 culture.
Okay.
But the Iron Foundry gets me those 2 bumps on the progress track, and which gets me
blue, right?
Blue. Yep.
Okay. 1,
Which
2.
gets me an additional power plant. Oh, yep. Which gets me 5 energy cubes
Immediately.
and I found this was a good thing to stay ahead in the power plant game and get those best power plants. So.
Fair.
And then it also gets me 1 bump on
Oh, sorry.
the employment track, and then I can spend 2 culture to get 2 employment at every activation. So
There we go. All right. All right. Well, so I'm up, and again, looking at these, I think I don't need that till later. That I don't need till later. That is,
Actually, I'm gonna move
whatever.
this. Sorry. There we go. Put that there.
So the fact that I'm 2 steps away, is it worth me, oops, sorry. Is it worth me going for one of these now? Because again, I have reasons. And nobody has a blue building in their tableau yet. So if I want them, I probably need to take it now, right? And that would get me another power plant. Yes, it would get me the second one, which is the same as the third one. But getting it, I don't necessarily need it right now, but the problem is that's 2 blue buildings right there, and it's unlikely that Martin's going to take them both, or take one as well. So if that's the case, the other thing is that's really nice because every time I place it, I get a new employee. I can make a case for pretty much any of these buildings. Getting more culture is going to be awesome. But you know what? I think I'm going to do the brickworks here as well. Or not as well, but another yellow. Again, I don't have anything here. So I think what I will do is I will go ahead and put it there. 1 on the progress track there. I get 1 employee and 1 population. So we're moving up that track there. And now any time that I build a building adjacent to this one, I get an employment. That'll work. Martin?
Well, I'm kind of tempted by the courthouse in the sense that would allow me to put my public works thing back up and all the others would send it down further. But I also really fancy getting rid of my back end of the culture position. So the heritage windmill would be rather useful for that. So by taking that, it puts me 2 up on culture.
Purple.
Yeah, it would put me 1 up on
Progress?
development.
Gotcha.
I go minus yet another 1 on this, which is not so
who
good.
cares?
But also on building, for each different kind of building surrounding me, I get a culture. So that's 1, 2, 3 different kinds of building, number 3 culture.
And you're right. I should have gotten 2 on the employment for that because, again, it's retroactive as well, right? Yeah. And it is Kevin from Mercury in chat, Otrex. I thought that was Kevin. So cool. Good deal. All right. So that's it for building. Tourism phase. So it's here, then there. Unfortunately,
Purple.
Martin gets his
Purple
back
thinks red.
and...
Nope. Martin gets it.
Martin gets it. I apologize.
Yep.
All right. Oh, yeah, highest. Martin. Yep.
Yeah, the advantage of having heritage windmills in your city.
Executive. So now, again, Martin has the extra activation, but he's last. So, Alyssa, it is your honor for...
I'm just going to take a cube.
Okay.
I don't have the culture to spend, and I don't want to take the $3 penalty. So
You have the culture to spend. It just costs you money.
I don't want to take the $3 penalty. So thank you.
Do me a favor. Move that over. There you go. All right. So I, again, am in the exact same boat I was in last time. Because this is when building. I have planned very, very poorly. But you know what? It's worth the little expenditure, I think, at this point, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get another power plant next turn. So I will go and pay the 2 energy. I'm going to lose 1 culture, which I do not have, which is going to cost me $3, and I will gain 7. So if you take a look at the board here, I would lose $3. Okay, gain 7, which means I actually only gain 4. But now I'm not necessarily losing the tiebreaker. All it cost me were 2 energy cubes. Done. Mr. Fowler, your honor.
Well, now I can actually do some nice things. I will activate the King George Mansion with my 2 tourists. That will drop me 1 on the population, but send me up 2 on the employment.
Why can I not remember what color y'all are? Down 1, up 2. Got it.
That'll be my first activation. By putting both tourists on here, that will hopefully I'll be able to move them off later on and then be able to activate that again this round with to help get my employment up. And then I'm also going to plop 2 here to drop my culture by 1 and gain yet another employment.
Culture down 1, and that will go up.
Gaining employment is, I think, handy.
It beats not having it.
It does.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. There we go. End of the second round, right? So those shift down. Those shift down. We get 5 new tiles there. Right. If anybody completely, okay, so Alyssa did. Now you can move it to the outside of any of those. And new round.
Can you do it so 3 are open?
I believe so. I believe it just must be touching one existing, I believe. Let me double check. I believe so. It doesn't actually call it out, but yeah, I think that's legit.
Okay.
All right. And Martin has to decide. Now, keep in mind, these are visible before you have to move that. So
Yeah.
Martin has chosen his, but there you go. Is there anything new on any of those buildings? I don't think so.
I think we've seen almost everything.
I think so, just about, yeah. So remember, at the end of this round, you will be required to build a prosperity tile, which, let me look at this. That is... So I got that one. That is doable right now, no matter what, which... All right, so looking at those, we have a smorgasbord of different colors. All right, so these drop down.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So Alyssa,
I would like to not spend too much money, so we're just going to go there and spend 6.
All right. All right, I got to figure out which prosperity tile I want to build. I still am good with that, so... Don't necessarily... So basically, I'm looking at what the benefits are. Yeah, that's crazy to look at it that way. I am not going to build that one right now. That's not good. I don't want to do... Okay, so I think I know... I think I'm going to go with that one. All right, so if I'm going with this one, I think I forego that and I lock that in. Steam engine, oh, I didn't go over the names, did I? I apologize. So we have the steam engine plant, the doctor, the fountain, the Tudor townhouses, and the market. I definitely want some. It's hard to pass that up. You know what? I'm just not gonna. So what I'm thinking about again, do I let Martin potentially take that? I think I'm okay with this. He's only going to have a 1 multiplier, which means he's going to go first unless I take it. Is it worth the $9? That is the only... No, that is not the only... I don't know what you're trying to do, Martin.
Should I tell him? Of course, would presume I actually know what I'm doing or know what I'm going to do.
My lack of culture is stressing me out, though. $9. 14. Oh, wrong one. Thanks. There.
Well, I'm going to pay $2 then.
Yep. Kind of obvious.
Okay, so I will go ahead and take the steam engine plant.
I didn't want it anyway.
Well, I wasn't willing to take the risk. I learned my lesson last game from that. All right, so building this, we're going to go 2 under progress, 1 population, and 2 employment. So 2 under progress, there, I'll get that in a minute. 1 on the population and 2 on the employment. So there's that. Now we're only losing 5 points, which that seems good. This, push those off. I will get 4 new cubes. So 3 plus the 4 that I'm getting there. And that's me. And let's see. And I built a different color adjacent to that, so I get 1 more employment. 3 points. That seems good. Done. And
Martin.
Martin.
So I'm a bit torn here. Part of me fancies the doctor because that would allow me to do something about my bad public service problem, because plopping it somewhere and building houses around it would help deal with that.
It would.
But one of the big problems with it is it's only a 1 on the gear, and I really do feel I want to get my next power plant. So in which case my only real choice is the Tudor townhouses, which kind of helps with my plans anyway.
You could spend the $4 for that. Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Exactly. That look was intended to have that reaction. So it's Tudor townhouse time. So I'm going to go back yet another 1 on the public service track, but I go up 2 on the what's it, which will give me
There. You get that.
my next what's
And
it.
it's going to be
4.
3 population. 1, 2.
Oh, 3 population.
Got
yes.
you. Okay.
And I get 4 cubes, activation cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4 for my large coal plant, which is nice. Plenty of activation cubes. And there I am.
And nothing adjacent, right? Then the thing about this game is you do have to look within your own tableau for adjacency for anything that triggers things, unlike that other.
Yep, it's the same as something else.
Other
So.
players, right? Yeah. So, all right. So that's it. Now that's building. So tourism. Hi.
Can I build?
In the game of the capitals, we go in that order. I apologize. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Thank you.
My bad. You're probably right, Paulo.
I think.
There we go.
I get like the courthouse.
The
paid
courthouse
$2.
is right there. Okay. Yep.
And I will put that there. It gets me 1 on the progress track.
I got you. You are blue. Got it.
2 up here.
What? I've never seen anyone forward on this. That's
Unlike your cities, we actually provide our residents with public utilities.
You socialist, you.
right.
Seriously.
All right.
And then this doesn't have any blue, but if I build a blue near it, then it'll give me money.
All right. Good. So that's it for the building phase. I apologize. Tourism. So purple takes.
I did just lose my
blue.
tourist, but that's okay because I wanted to.
Hey, that means I get my red one back.
You do.
You do.
And the important thing to know, don't put it
That's
on there.
true, yes.
And that's one of the key things. It's an energy cube that can go to activate that one now, and it's cheaper now for Martin on that. All right. So executive phase in this order. So it goes anti-clockwise, starting with me. All right. Well, we have our tourist marker back, and so we only have 3 that can activate. Getting 1 more might not be terrible. Another, and this is better than having to lose the culture for things. However, I'm going to owe money. And I think I'm going to actually reactivate this, which is going to cost me 4 cubes. That keeps me from losing a bunch of money. I'll explain that here in a minute. So it's going to cost me 4 cubes. So here's 1. And 3 more. All right. Now the reason is I'm going to gain $4. It would be 7, but no culture to lose. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I was at 5, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to owe a minimum of $6. So that means I was going to lose at least 1 point and $3. But at least now I have a little bit of flexibility with that. So there we go. And that's my 1 activation. Done. Martin. You still have 2 activations if you so wish.
2 activations. Yeah, I am going to so wish. Which way do I want to do this? I think I could do with some more. I don't really need a lot of money, but feels like this is a good opportunity. And I want to move this car off here because I'm going to activate this again. So do I want to activate that again? Ooh, maybe I don't want to activate that again. Just looking at one of my tokens here would behoove me not to activate.
That's
Oh,
what I'm gonna do.
that's interesting. But then this other one I could use instead. I kind of like this one.
Could do that.
Damn. Yeah, well, let's put a bit of a blow onto that one.
And not that one.
So if I don't do that, what should I do? I don't want to do this, really, because that's the only thing I'm fancying doing if I don't want to do the King George mansion. But on the other hand, what's the difference? I'm currently sitting at -9. If I did activate this, that would give me basically 4 victory points. Does that alter my calculation? Oh, it most certainly does. Then that becomes less important to do what that was thinking of doing, and then I might as well just go with this one instead. So in which case, yes, I will activate. So what I will first do is move this over here, add a cube, and I will drop 1 culture and gain $7. which I'm
7,
sure will
12,
be useful.
19. There you go. Okay.
And then I will place one of the tourists and this one on the King George Mansion. Drop my population by 1, please, and my employment up by 2.
Purple. Goes down 1,
Yep.
up 2. And should also point out, you'll notice that Martin moved the purple car over. He cannot then reuse that in the same turn. So, but it did make that the King George, cheaper. All right, Alyssa, your action, if you wish, ma'am.
I'm trying to think if this is worth 3 cubes for $4.
For $4, yeah,
It's a tough one.
It is.
But I do want to have a little bit of money going into the next round, and I have cubes.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
So you would gain 7, but it's net 4. Right. There we go. Okay.
And I was on 3, so I think I'm okay. Like it's not clear. Do I back up 3? Like if it was on 2, would I back up 3 first? Lose the lose the point.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I was on
You
3,
got
so
it.
I think I'm okay.
All right. So now we go into the admin phase. So these blue buildings are no more. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Those drop down. We get 5 new ones. Still phase 1. Those drop surrounded construction tokens. And let's see. What do we have come out?
School.
Oh, okay. So, and those will be, these are out of the game as well. These 2, they won't come out because this is going to be the last time that the ones come out. So looking at these, I think this way I have the flexibility to be able to build anything I want. I'm going to put that. So that's good for yellow and brown both. So I have ultimate flexibility for that, I think. Yeah, I'm good with that. So, round marker advances, but now we have a prosperity phase. So, everybody can do this simultaneously, and we'll just talk about what ones we build. I'm going to go ahead and build the warehouse. I'll go ahead, I'll do this. I'll do mine first here. Or y'all can figure out where you're building it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know what? Actually, I guess I would, if I built this here, it would allow me to move that as well. And I think I will. Yeah, I'm going to build that there, which I'm going to be allowed to. Actually, maybe not.
I think that'll have to wait till
It
next
won't. So I will
admin
not build
phase.
it there. I will instead build it there. So first off, the prerequisites. Do I have the most yellow and blue buildings combined or equal to per the prerequisite? I have 2. No, 1 over there, so we're good. So I built it in the first era. I'm going to get a point. Hey, this is the first time, I think, in the history of this game I've started the game with positive points. They are short-lived, I understand, but I'm going to bask in that. And now, anytime I activate a yellow building, I get $6, which
Nice.
I think is going to be beneficial for me. All right, so that's me.
I am building the church. I have to have the lowest population, which I do.
Okay,
And I immediately get 1 point.
okay.
And
yeah.
And anytime the game forces me to lose 2 points or more, I lose 1 less.
Is it every time you lose 2 points, or is it every multiple of 2?
It doesn't say.
You know what, Kevin? chime in on the church on that one. Is it every time, so 2 or more, or if you were to lose 4, you actually only lose 2? Which is that? Okay.
That'd be really great.
All right, good. Martin, what do you...
Well, I'm going to build a shopping centre. And I can do this because it wants housing to be highest, but only of the lower density ones. And you've got a high density housing there.
I do.
You
have no
don't
housing.
have any housing at all, and I have I have 1 low density housing.
Yeah.
So that's enough for me to do the trick. So doing that has a number of effects. So for starters, I get a whole victory point because of the fact that I built it in phase 1. That's exciting. But I also get to hit the heritage windmill for another bit of culture because, heritage windmills and shopping centres naturally go together. And in the future, if I activate any of the buildings around the shopping centre, I get money. So all in all, that's probably not a bad combo.
Nice. All right. And yeah, you're right. Because the prosperity phase takes place after you've already moved your construction marker. So in this case, Martin's stuck with that one being there, right?
For now.
Yeah.
Right, for now until the end of the next round. All right, so we go into round 4. And, yeah. So, what do we have? So for me, I have, you know what?
$6?
Yeah,
Down to 3.
I'll just, yeah.
Martin?
The chat moves every stream. Paul, sorry you're not a fan. Every instance you lose the points. Let's see. It means every time the player is forced to lose prestige points, for every 2 you are lost, you gain 1. Yeah, so for every multiple. There you go. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Hold on, because Paolo said the opposite. Paolo says that it's for each 2 points you gain 1 back. So if you lose 4, you would only lose 2. So we might have to.
No, that's saying the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For every 2 you would lose, you actually only lose 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. Makes it less punishing to be behind on the employment track, right? And yeah. All right. Good. So
So I'm just trying to figure out what do I think I might want.
And I think starting at era 2 and 3, we'll just do our things simultaneous. We'll do our activations, and we'll just talk about them afterwards. Okay?
Sounds good. Oh, sorry. Martin. Oh, no, Martin hasn't selected it.
He has not.
I have not selected yet. I am still.
So how many of y'all... go ahead.
I think I've got lots of options, so I'm going to stay where I am and just spend the 4.
19 to 15. And
I guess
Alyssa?
I'm spending 2 to go first, which I did not expect.
Well, I'm broke.
Well, I expected it from you. I did not expect that.
Fair enough. All right, so building phase. So here, let's go over what buildings have come out. So what do we have? We have the school, the cobbler, the barrel factory, the Dillon residences, and the Museum of Industry. Where was that Museum of Industry earlier before I built the yellow buildings? That would have been great.
So the Museum of Industry, is that every government building?
Yeah, every time you place a yellow...
Industry. It's an industrial building.
Yep.
Oh, every time you place an industry building at all.
Yes, you gain 2 culture.
And so that would... Is that one retroactive too?
I believe so, but usually.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then, I mean, that's 4 culture. Here, this just in. I'm building that if that's the case. Yeah, because they are
This
retroactive.
just in, if that's the case, you're not getting it.
Well, fair enough. Let me just double check. After checking previously constructed buildings for the conditions listed. So when I see that, that leads me to believe that no, it's that going forward, but let me double check. I'm sure the peanut gallery will tell me if I'm wrong. occurs during the building phase, including when constructing the current building tile. Apply these effects continue until the end of the game, meaning buildings constructed later may again cause this. Yeah, no, I guess it would be retroactive as well. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, then I will take the Museum of Industry.
Yeah, I'm shocked. All right.
And that'll get me 4 culture and 2 bumps on, two from here and 2 from...
Yeah, so
that.
4 culture all day for blue.
Yep. And 2 bumps on development.
And 2 blue here. 1, 2. Got it. Done?
Yeah, that is it.
Okay. Purple.
Well, I think I'm going to go for education and take the school. I'm actually going to build it here, which is going to hit me twice, because it's not next to the city hall, and it's also not next to the construction zone.
So you minus 4 points for that.
Go down to -3. But I think it's worth it because it well, we've got obviously it will get me 1 on there. It'll put me to the public services, so my public services are no longer in the toilet. But why I put it there was because I get 1 population for each residential it's next to, which kind of makes sense being a house. And that allows me on population to go up by 2. Purple. Which is going to be handy when I hit the King George Mansion for activation again later on.
Makes sense. All right. You know what?
And that will save me going from -5 to -1 victory points, which is the 4 victory points I spent placing it there. So I think I'm going to be better off by positioning the school where I've positioned it.
And the newer power plants are 1 activation for next time we pass here, and 6, 5, and 4 number of cubes. So keep that in mind as well. So for me, now I need to look, I'm trying to position, because at the end of next round, we're going to have another one that is going to be built. That seems all right. That is entirely possible. I kind of, yeah, all right. So let's look at the market then for me. Getting a bunch of population might not be terrible. I'm actually, wow, that's huge. So I don't think there's any way that I'm going to be able to catch Alyssa to get around for this because of that, which is going to give her 3. Yeah, that's
almost like I planned it.
Right? Anything more than 1 employment doesn't make sense. It would be lost. So this one, that would give me 1. I would only lose, I would actually be in a positive already. But my activations then are all for employment just about, except for cash. I need culture, honestly. And looking at this, this is the only real culture generator. And it's $2. I mean, it's doable. Yeah, no, it's really not. Okay, so I'm foregoing culture right now, it seems. So, the struggle is real right now. The residential isn't terrible there. The blue wouldn't be the end of the world either. I need money. I think we go with the cobbler. I think we do. So, and I will build that. It's the first blue building. I'm okay with that. That's fine. So I'm going to get 2 on the progress track there. I'm going to get 1 employment. Everybody is employed. Who needs public service, apparently? Not me. And done with that. But then when I build adjacent, a blue building adjacent to this green one, I get 1 more population. There's that. No, I could have gotten 1 employment. No, and no. Done. That's me. All right, so that's it. Now, tourism phase. Who's getting my tourist?
Martin, because he's higher up on the economy track.
There and there. Oh, one other thing I realized that we did not talk about. You all notice the different colors out here. I apologize. Whenever somebody hits one of these thresholds here, Anybody that has a marker, regardless of what place you're in that area, when somebody has hit these various markers that match the colors, they get your tourist marker.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that's more of an issue in a bigger game.
Yeah, in a
because
4 or 5
You're
player,
getting the
right.
last place person anyway.
Right.
You get yours back, right?
I do.
Which is important because that was on the King George Mansion, which you know I want to activate.
All right. So, executive phase, starting with Alyssa and going clockwise.
I have no need of population, so I guess I'm just... And I'm going to be getting a bunch, so I'm going to take the point.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Because
Martin?
I'm going to be getting 6 momentarily here.
Well, I'm definitely looking to hit my King George Mansion, so I might as well hit it right away. We are coming towards...
This is
the last one,
Yep.
so I could hit it with cubes or with cars. It doesn't really matter, but I might as well hit it with the cars anyway. So that'll
good.
be 3.
Yep.
So it'll drop my population
One
by
more.
1. 1, 2, oh yes, 3.
There we go.
So drop my population by 1, please, and
You
raise
are-
my employment by 2. I'm purple.
1 and up 2.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
And then I've got a second activation I could use. The question is, what do I fancy? Do I want a bit more money off the hotel? I'm pretty okay for cash. It might be nice to get some more population, but that would
Words I
mean
never
sinking
uttered.
4
No.
on all 4 of my remaining activation cubes on City Hall, which I'm not really sure I want to do. I don't really want to lose employment to gain money because I've already got it. So for that activation, I will not use it, but I don't get any benefit, right?
Right, because you used one.
I used one of
exactly.
them,
You
and I
either-
definitely wanted that one because that's 4 victory points.
That
right
makes
there.
sense.
I mean, it is better than Saturday when we were slumming down here and he was up around.
Oh
the
yeah, he was up in this neighborhood.
Point out, I
Certainly.
didn't win.
Yeah, fair. All right. All
I
right.
was rich, but not winning.
So I have 4 activation cubes. I can gain 1 population. So doing this gets me money and an employment. That seems good. But this gives me more money. It's only $1. But there's that. But yeah, I think we go ahead and activate this for 2 of the cubes. It's going to get me 1 employment. And then, because I have this, whenever I activate a yellow industry, I get $6. So, there. And that was 3 points, actually. It's a turnaround, so that works out. All right, that's my 1 activation. Done with that. Admin phase. So, this red building goes away. That's all the 1s. These will drop down. I realize that I'm taking up a little bit extra room. The 2s will come out. And now reposition these afterwards. And the initiative markers will drop. And before we go through any of the rest of it, let's go ahead and go through the end of round. So we have the World Expo. All right, so here we go for scoring. All right, so we'll do this by player. So we'll do this in player order. So we have blue first. So Alyssa, here we go. So your employment, you would lose 10 points. Then the difference between those is 0, so you lose no additional points. So that's 10. Then in addition to that, you're going to do whatever that is. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 bumps here. So you're going to actually get that.
So we get 6 more cubes.
Right, and no points though yet, and still 1 activation. Right. So lose 10 points once you're
5.
done. Why?
My church.
Oh, there you go. Right. Oh,
And-
because you would.
2, so I have a -3.
That's pretty strong.
That seems good.
That's really good. Yeah. All right. So there's that.
That's 6.
And Martin is going to lose 1 point for this, then 1 point for the difference based on that. So that's 2 points. He's going to gain an energy cube there. And don't forget, you also remove all of these cubes back to the supply as well. All right. Yours truly gains a point somehow, and difference of 0, so I actually gain a point. And then I lose $1 for that. Done.
And then you lose 4. And
Oh, right, yeah. And then here, yeah, good Good call on that. So, in addition, whoever is highest on the public service, for every player, let's try this. For every player ahead of you, you're going to lose that amount of points. So, Martin is going to lose 2 points. I'm going to lose 4 points. So, I go from +2 to -2, which, you know what? I feel like that's a win for the end of the first era.
That's pretty good. Pretty solid.
There we go. All right, so now let's look at the Era 2 buildings that have come out. Like I said, second verse, they're just bigger, stronger, faster. All right. So what do we, and notice there are more cubes printed on some of these as well. Yeah, so that's what's out there. And Alyssa, it is your honor for initiative.
Oh, I forgot to move this. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, right. And I am going
yes,
to be
I'll
moving
move
that
this.
one. Good call. All right, so what do I...
All right, so now I have an interesting decision. 'Cause I can...
We've got a thing coming up, haven't we?
And we are going to build a prosperity, correct. I don't know. Remember, one of these you're not going to build, right? So
That's right. Could I see the...
Yep. That seems like a likely candidate. And so does that. And so does that. Oh, that's really good. All right, so it's going to be one of these two that I'm building. Okay. So if I'm building
Okay,
one of those.
so I am going to spend 2 points for $6
Okay.
and another 3.
You really want something, huh? Okay. So this. Where do I move that? Where?
I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just spend 2.
2 for purple.
Yep.
That
No point being
seems-
first in turn order when you don't have any idea what you're going to do.
Is it worth losing the 2 points for that? No. So I'm gonna move that there. Okay. Well, I'll spend the $2 and go there. Okay, done.
All right, I will...
All right, so a moment. All right.
I will take the Luxury Lanes Mall.
All right. Oh yeah. What? Office furnishing, manufacturing. Sorry, school, Luxury Lanes Mall, temporarily. What is that?
The,
Hot Rock Tile Factory and Museum of Art. Okay.
I waste the population,
I hate you, Glory to Rome.
but $15 seems good.
Yep.
And every time I activate around it, it'll get me 4 more bucks. But I do get 1 bump on the
Progress track.
progress track, which, as you know,
That hurts.
I like to stay ahead on that.
That hurt. That was the whole point of me putting this out here.
I wanted something, so
Well, at least I didn't have a shot at it. Like it wasn't because I chose to go third. So at least
yeah,
there's that.
yeah.
The Museum of Art, I mean, I have been lamenting. I am here, by the way. I would lose a... Oh, God. That would... Going back on the public services 2 bumps would be really bad because I would actually move both of those back 1 spot. But I know I'm going to be able to ping it every... Oh... Okay, no, I'm not going to. I cannot. I do have money, right? So I can dig into some of the lower ones. Y'all are. That's frustrating. I can't justify spending $4. I just can't. I hate all of my options. I can't do that because we're doing... All right, so you have 1 there, you have 2 there, I have 2 there, so I'm okay to be able to build that. But I really want to be able to build this one, so I can't build that. This is... You know what? To hell with it. I'll pay the piper for it. All right, so I will advance 1 there, I go back 1, 2, ping that. I lose a population, which means I lose that, which is painful. But if there's one thing I can do is get employment. So at least there's that, I guess. And now, anytime I activate anything around this, I gain 2 culture. Final answer. Done. All right, Martin. Go for it.
We have a prestige building to build. So I've got to look at what my possibilities are. They're not great, shall we say. That's really my only option. That's kind of a good one. That would imply I need to spend 2 and build the Dillon residence. So that will be... Do I want to put it here though?
I mean, it's just points.
That's the sane place to put it, but there's also...
That's my thinking, Paulo.
Anywhere near here is such a good spot. Because this I'm hitting so often. But no, I'm going to go with it here anyway.
All right.
So that'll give me 2 on the progress
Purple.
and 2 on population.
And 2 on population. There. Done?
Yep.
All right. That's all of our building. And so tourism. It stays where it is,
Wow.
right?
It does.
It does. So they stay exactly where they are. Executive phase in this order. So we're going anti-clockwise. Alyssa, your turn.
I still have only 1 activation, but I will activate this for $15 because that seems strong.
Seems better than a sharp stick in the air.
And when
right?
I activate a blue, it's another $3 actually.
That'll do. Okay. So now... Yeah, that's it. All right, so for me, I'm going to activate the cobbler. I believe, just making sure. Yeah, so I'm going to activate the cobbler with my last 2 energy. That's going to get me $7. And when I do, because I activated something adjacent to it, I'm going to gain 2 culture as well. So there we go. All right, now we're making our move forward. All right, so that's me. Martin?
Okay, so I have 2 activations available to me. So I think I am going to drop employment for $9.
All right, so 1 employment drops for 9. So 1
Yep.
down here, and that goes up 9, 2, and 7.
22.
Yep.
And then I'm going to drop a culture for replacer and employment. Replace that employment.
And that's your 2 activations,
That's
right?
my 2 activations, yes.
All right. These go away. Never to be heard from again. Done. 5 new buildings, if you would be so kind.
Right. Is that before we...
Yep.
It's before we choose our prosperity, yeah.
Anything surrounded gets to move,
I'm good.
which Martin's the only one.
Oh, good, that's handy.
And then that will go there. And we build 1 prosperity tile. Mine, I know what mine's going to be. So same rules apply here. So mine is I must have the least government buildings. I only have one. Y'all both have two. So checks out. So I'm going to get one on the progress track and one on the utilities, the public services. So yay, that's nice. And then at the end of the game, I get 3 bumps on the employment track before we score it. So that's nice.
Yep.
Okay.
I
and
have-
Alyssa.
I am building the resort. It gets me an immediate 3 victory points.
And lose 2 culture.
Nope. That
No.
is an activation. I can activate it to lose to trade in 2 culture for 3 points.
Good call. All right.
And it has no cubes on it, so I'm assuming.
You hold on. That's you have to have the least or the most culture.
Which I do.
You
because
do.
Martin
You
just
do.
spent it.
Yep. Good call. All right. So you're done.
So this is I guess 1 cube to activate it first.
Yeah. For the first time. Yeah, because you're
Excellent.
losing culture, right? But that's a stiff penalty. But it's points, and points are important.
Points are
right?
good.
Yeah. All right. And Martin, what'd you build?
I'm going to build the 3 penance thing, which I need the largest population for, which I comfortably have. I'm not exactly sure where I'm building it yet. I'm still umming a little bit about that. But it will gain me a victory point for every 2 population I have. Since I have 12 population at the moment, that will give me 6 victory points.
Nice.
Which is definitely not bad, because it
Get
wipes
rid of
out
those. Yep.
some bad stuff. I also gain 2 culture.
You are purple.
Yep. And I have to decide where I'm going to put this. Part of me feels I could put it here so that it's next to a shopping centre and I won't be paying for that. But the problem with that is that locks out a slot next to the shopping centre. And if I put something in the shopping centre that I'm going to activate and use, the shopping centre will generate money for me. Now, all right, I'm okay for money at the moment, but I've got a feeling I want to keep the slots around the shopping centre fairly free so that I can do more with them. That would argue plopping this somewhere outside, which means I lose 2 victory points for it. But it would then keep it away from the shopping centre, and I think I want to do that. So I'm going to take the hit of the victory points in the hope that it's a good strategic move.
3 pennants.
3 pennants.
Only half as good as 6 flags.
Yep.
Okay then.
Yeah, you can. Okay, if you want, you could have the victory points hidden trackable if you want. But yeah, for the stream, it's none of us are focused on that. I assure you. All right, so that is the prosperity phase. We advance to the next round. So starting with Alyssa, 6 times 2, $12. And yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. $4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Martin, it's a buck.
I'll leave a buck. Part of me is wondering whether I'm doing the right thing by holding on to the money, but hey, you know, I'm naturally cheap, so it goes with my
Goes with the theme.
All right, so let's take a look at the market. What? Something that gives me population and or culture would be wonderful. Not employment. I don't want employment. I want at least 1 progress, which just about everything will. I think everything will. So that's good. So I'm going to get the next power plant. So I have 5 there. I really, really would like... oh, wow. That police station is a one-time. But man, that's kind of nice. It would give me, if you, where I place it, it would give me, if I were to place it up there, I would lose 2 points.
Oh no, you built your prosperity there to
Yep.
fill it in now.
So that'll be 3 more. That is really nice. Unfortunately, I would like to be able to build both of those, this one first, then that, because that's 4 culture if I allow y'all to have that. But dropping 2 on the utility track on the public services stinks. So I don't want to drop. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's hard to pass up that police station, honestly, looking at that right now. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think so. So I think I will grab that. And I'm going to lose the 2 points because it's not adjacent to that. I was going to lose 2 either way, but at least it's adjacent there. So I lose 2 points, so 2 more. Or there you go. There. I go up 1 here, which will give me that and 5 cubes. So there's there. And then up to here, so it gives me a little flexibility. And then when I place it, when I build it, it's adjacent to 3 different buildings right now. That'll be 3 more energy cubes. It feels like a bit of a bust of an actual action, but I'll get over it. Done. That's me. Blue. Alyssa. Furley, oh yeah, hold on. I have failed to mention the names. So the police station here, we have Osler General. We have Furley Apartments. Come on, knock on my door. Right?
Sure.
No? Three's Company? No? All right.
Okay.
Generally Electric, obvious. And what is that? Inspiration Fountain. All right.
I think I have to take.
No, I didn't forget to move it. I just placed the prosperity token there. Or
I think I have to take Inspiration Fountain, even though. Yeah.
I knew one of y'all was going to take it.
That's anywhere in the city, so I don't have to.
Yep. I mean, it's 4 culture right now.
It's 4 culture right now, which is pretty good. It would probably get me a tourist marker. But General Electrical is also good because it gets me money and plays into some stuff over here. I think this is probably a mistake, but I'll take Generally Electrical.
Okay.
So that gets me 2 progress, 2 employment, which is again wasted.
2, because there,
Yep,
right? Yep.
I've got to start getting population, but there's just been no population coming out. Been sort of unlucky on that. And 1 back on this, but I still
You don't
lead
even
comfortably.
miss that, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Well, I'm going to go for the Inspiration Fountain.
Yeah, I thought you would.
So that'll put me 1 on progress.
1 on progress for purple. Okay.
Swinging back on public service again, which is not quite well. Fountain sends me back on public service, but there we are. But I go up 4 on culture, which is never a bad thing.
Yep.
Well, you've already put me up 4
I
on
just
culture.
got you. All right. So there's the building phase. So tourism. Second verse, same as the first. Get everybody in green, actually.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
There you go.
So you get all of them.
That's nice.
That's yeah.
Okay.
I missed that.
That
or
does
else I
not
would've-
suck much.
It would not have got me there, so that's why I hadn't processed that it was gonna.
This having 1 action is for the birds. It's now my turn for executive phase. So what do we need to do? I need to activate around this again to continue getting culture. I would like to, at least to get off the schneid. So that, I do have a culture, so I could spend 1 to get, that would basically be a net of 1 culture for $7, or spend more cubes, and then, I still need more population, so what can we activate? The only activations I have are these 4 buildings. Everything else is just whenever you build or do something around it. So for 4 cubes, is it worth it? The problem is, if I use 4 cubes to do that right now, that is painful. But the $7 right now, and then I worry about going a different direction, I think so. So I will go ahead and activate the cobbler again. So it's going to be $7 and 2 culture for that. So 2 culture there and 7 to 16. Done. That's me. All right, Alyssa, what are you thinking about doing?
I will activate generally electrical, which gets me $9,
Yep.
but it also gets me 7 more. So I'll take
Yep, 4 and 3.
16 from 8 is 24.
Yep. Done. And Martin, he have 2 activations.
Me of 2 activations. Well, one of them, surprise, surprise, is the King George Mansion to drop me 1 population and send me up 2 employment.
Done.
Which is always a good thing, I reckon. And then the second one, and I keep forgetting this, I am actually next to the shopping centre. Every time I do that, I get $6. So give me another
6
$6.
for purple.
I'm
Got it.
pretty sure I forgot that in the past, but it's me being forgetful, so we'll forget that I'm being forgetful. And then
there.
the other one, am I prepared to drop myself in culture a couple in order to pick up a public service? Well, my public service situation is pretty dreadful, so yeah, I think I am prepared to do that.
So drop 2 and gain 1.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That tile is gone. These drop. Drop. New tiles come out.
And I have to move this, although I get to see what
And I get
comes
to
out.
move this, but yes, we'll see what
And,
the tiles are
yep,
first.
and that moves as well.
We have a magnificent arch. We have West 81st Street. We have Windsor Cottages, which look very swanky.
They do.
We have Delight Consulting. It's a complete contradiction in terms. And then Jefferson Apartments, which doesn't look at all like Monticello.
No, I think my guess is sticking with the sitcoms from the 70s. Jefferson Apartment. That's my guess, but we'll see. All right. So now we are placing. I am going to have to move everything in my tableau. Looking at this, I think looking what's out there, I think I go there with it. Okay.
I've got to decide where to put this.
And if you go any more out that way, you need to slide your whole tableau to your right, Martin. You're perfect, Alyssa.
Yep, I'm still thinking where I'm going to go.
Moving on up. Exactly. They're during the administrative phase, but it does say after, specifically. So,
It's actually it's a separate phase on the player aid. So
well, not just that, but in the rules, if you let me, here you go. In the rule book, it does say that the prosperity phase is at the end of the administrative phase. So I would argue it's after the.
Yeah.
No, you're limited in that. I think that's.
and I think that makes total sense.
I think it does. It's a small penalty for finding the perfect place for a prosperity tile. It makes sense to me. There we go. All right.
All right.
So initiative. Yeah. Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's you. Yeah.
I know you're. None of us are
usually go
used to
first.
this.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Let me look. Oh wow. I need population now. Wow. In 3. Windsor Cottages looks pretty tasty. It's gonna be hard pressed for me to not want to jump in for that. However, the Delight Consulting, would get me an extra $8 right off the top for building and 3 on the progress. But the problem is the employment is gone. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pay the $9 and I'm gonna go 9 to 16. 9 from 16 is 7.
7.
Thanks.
Well,
West 81st Street, Steinfeld. Oh, okay.
We'll just stay here. Pay 4.
And Martin?
Well, there's several things I can do something with, so I'm going to keep on the cheap.
1. All right. I'm gonna stick with it. Do exactly as I said.
I would have liked that, but oh well, can't be helped.
There we go. So there's that. So we're looking at 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 on the population, 1 on the public services, and then I can lose a population for $12. Let's see. Whenever I build adjacent to this, I gain 1 extra activation cube. That's awesome. Let's see. It's not blue. Whenever I activate this, gives me an extra $2, so that's actually worth 14 now. Yeah, that's okay. And that's it, I think. That's all of my... Yep, that's it. That's me. Alyssa? Windsor cottage cheese. Yes, right. What are you thinking, Alyssa?
Well, I was thinking I really want a population, but you just took the... did that move? I think we're in round 7 now, right?
Hold on. We had 2 of these.
Well,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're in 7.
So in
You're
7,
right. Yep, there you go. Yep.
So we're going into a prosperity tile, although I think
Oh, I forgot to look at that.
I
Yep,
think I
good
know
call.
what I can build.
1, 2, 3,
And so I really wanted the population,
3,
but I don't want to
1, 2.
take a penalty of 2 public utilities, because if I do that, I fall behind Edward. And that's a 4-point swing.
Oh, right, because that. Good call.
Yeah.
Well, you got one more round.
I do have 1 more round,
Right.
but instead what I think I'll do is take Magnificent Arch, which lets me get 3 bumps on the progress.
You are blue. 1, 2, 3,
Which
and we
gets-
didn't show that one, but
Oh, yeah,
go ahead and
so-
bring those out.
So I'll show this, the oil plant, which gets me an immediate 4 points and gets me 7 more energy cubes.
So we're into points, we're into cubes, and extra activations being the key.
Yeah, and now I can activate 2 even if I don't have my terrace tile. So 7. Don't know if I'm going to have room for all my cubes here.
Cross we must bear.
And then I spend, wait, where did I just build that? Here. I immediately spend $12
Down to 8.
down to 8 and get 9 culture to
Wow.
13.
All right. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it seemed good.
Yeah. All right, Martin.
And hold on. Let me just double check. Yeah, no,
Yep.
I'm good.
I'm going to spend 2 of my excessive amount of money and buy the Furley Apartments and plop it here. So that will drop me down another 1 on public service, but
Yeah.
send me
Oh,
I
2
should have moved
on
me 1
the
down here. Sorry.
2 on the progress track.
You are purple.
Yep.
1, 2.
Which will
That
give
is
me
going to
the-
give you that one, the level 3. Yep.
Right, which will be another 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes. You've dropped me 1 on public service track, and by plopping it next to the school, I gain a population.
1 for purple. Got it. Okay.
Oh, but I want it there rather than there, of course.
All right. So we are done with building. Tourism. Blue gets all the green, or it gets all everybody's.
No, he's in orange, so
Check that. Blue gets red.
yep, in my own back.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so done. And now activations. I still only have one. So this is me. I'm pretty sure it's got to be that. I think so. I will. Y'all go ahead, do your activation, so we'll speed this up now. So, and you can just walk through what it is you're doing. So that is going to get me 12 plus another 2 is 14 bucks. 14, 7 is 21. Triggered that.
21. Could you put me on 29, please?
Got you.
Oh, and actually, this is blue, so 3 more. So that's 1. And then I'll spend 2 culture for 3 points. That's 2. So I activate Luxury Lane Mall for 15, 24 cash. And then I activated my resort, spent 2 culture and for 3 victory points. And do I need another $7? I have one more activation.
Because you have 2 on the power plant plus the highest
Plus
culture,
the highest
right?
culture
Yeah.
one. But no, I think I'll hold on to my cubes for now. So
Martin?
I've only got the one activation, so I'm going to activate my King George Mansion. Oh, sorry, no, my Furley Apartments. Well, I was going this way. So it'll cost me 6 on the money because it's minus 12, but I gain 6 because it's done next to the shopping centre. So minus 6 on the money, plus 2 on the population.
Plus 2 on the population, minus 6 on the money, 23 to 17.
Okay.
Okay. And done. All right, admin. These go away. There. Drop those down. Any surrounded
Another 5
construction tokens?
Nope. Another 5 come out.
keep going. Not really, but
You can always smush them up.
I guess
Tight.
smush these up
Yeah,
like this,
there you
right?
go. Yep. Natural History Museum, the Public Utilities, Cole Harbor with an extraneous U, Walled Mart, and Science Center. All right. And what do I want to do?
Hold on. Prosperity phase?
Oh, crikey, fast power
Yes,
phase.
you are correct. Okay. Oh, I have planned poorly on that.
Well, while you're thinking, I'm building the financial district.
Okay.
I have to have the most blue and government buildings, which I have 4.
I have 2.
You have 3, right?
1, 2, 3. Yes, I have 3.
But I just have to be tied. So,
Yep, you're good.
So I'm good. It gets me 0 points because we're in the second era, but it gives me an immediate build,
What? What?
which I will take Cole Harbor, which gets me 2 bumps on progress and 2 population finally.
2. It's a very quaint village you live in.
It is, but people like it. And so that can go
And you know what?
here.
Here. There you go. Give you a little bit more room. All right, so for me, I'm going to go ahead and build the theater. I have to have the most green and blue, which I have 3 or tied for the most. And, oh, God. I can't now because Martin built that. So you have 4. I only have 3. Okay, check that. If I can't build that one, I was thinking about building this one. Is now the time to do it? I think I will then. I will go ahead and build the mayor's house. Cost me 12 bucks, down to 9. Cost me 1 on the utility track there. And it cost me 2 culture. but it's 4 points for every prosperity tile, which hopefully will be worth 20 points at the end of the
That
game.
seems strong.
And that's it. I can afford to build it now, so boom, done. Martin?
We lost Alyssa's position on the prosperity track.
I should be at 32. I got bumped over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless I spent money on. I did not.
thank
32.
you. And yep, gotcha. Okay.
I can't build any more prestige buildings, so I had a plan, but unfortunately Alyssa sort of grabbed the plan and flung it against the wall and then kicked it in the stomach and then shredded it. So in which case I'm going to build a lake, because lakes are clearly cool, and
Okay.
I will build a lake and go sailing.
Can you scoot your whole tableau to your right and give me a -5, please? Because I built that without the construction markers next to it. All right, so that is going into round 8. Here we go.
Oops, sorry about that.
6 times 1, I'm pretty sure, is $6.
To 3.
Yep. Who needs money? Psst. Okay.
Let's see what's out here. Oh, we'll go first. 6 back to 26, please.
And Martin? Oh, it's going to be $2. All right. So Alyssa,
We'll take the Science Center.
the which one? Sorry.
Science Center.
Science Center. There.
Okay, yeah.
Which
Thinking
gets-
that could be useful.
Which gets me 1 bump here, back up in the lead. But since I'm putting it here, which is connected to that, it's got 3 things next to it, so I get 3 bumps on the progress track.
Might as well give me the next stack. I've got to get this, so I need. I need 3, and that's the only one that does that. All right, Martin.
I think I built the Natural History Museum. Don't really.
So 2 on the progress track for purple. 1, 2, and
Yes.
2 culture.
2 culture, and I also get, when I build it, every 2 level housing development, I get 3 culture, and I have 1, 2, 3 of those, so that's 6 culture, please.
9 culture.
9
9
culture.
culture.
218.
Yep. There you go.
I think
All
that's could be handy.
That seems good.
That seems better than all sorts of things. Do I want it there? Do
Well,
wanna
I want
build
that, and I need blue.
small
So
house?
I'm gonna spend the $2.
Hit the-
Down $2, and I will go ahead and build this. Now, where I build it, does this matter? It does. I want to build this. That would give me a population if I build it here. This would allow me culture. Do I care about culture at this point? Let me look. I mean, theoretically, if I'm trying to build that one. Yeah, all right. I will go ahead and build it there. So let's see. If I build it here, follows all the rules. But that gives me the population, which I don't need yet. You know what? I am going to go there. That's going to give me the extra population. There, and that'll give me more. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Done. All right. So that's it for building. Tourism. And
I keep mine.
Yep, you take mine, cause right. All right, executive phase. So y'all go ahead and activate your stuff, and then just talk about it when you're done. So mine is probably the least interesting because I only have 1 activation right now. But
Did you not get to 3?
not yet. Oh, I did. Hold on. 1, 2. Yes, I did. You're right. You're right. So that'll be 6 cubes and 4 points. Thank you.
gonna say, I thought you said you.
Yep, that was the whole point of doing that, right?
Yep.
And 4 points. I'll take a -1, please. Thanks.
So I'm gonna go here.
That's better. Now I have 2 activations. All right.
I'm gonna spend 2 here to go up to there. And my second activation, that's gonna cost me 5 cubes. Whew, that's tough. But I think, do I want to do that? No, you know what's better? I'll just spend 2 cubes to activate Coal Harbor, which gets me a population. And this is activated. This is not blue. That gets me a progress. Thank you. That'll get me 6 more cubes. And 4 more points. And it also gets me this. Gets me $6 to 32, please.
All right. So I'm going to activate that for sure, because that's going to get me an employment. And then whenever I do that, it's going to be $6. So 1 employment there and 6 gets me up to 7. The second one, I either can activate that for $7 and 1 culture, essentially, or I can activate this, which would get me $4. Nope, terrible idea. I think it's this one. Yeah, we will activate this. So that'll be down a culture, gain 2 culture, net of 1 culture for that. So net of 1. But then cash-wise, that's going to be 7. Adjacent to this is 2 more is 9. Activated of red, so not that. No. $9. 9, 7 is 16. Done. Admin. That goes away.
I'm going to put these, I've moved these onto the board so I don't clash with bed order.
That totally makes way more sense. And then 5.
5 more.
But
No,
the 3.
no, I'm going to put them on. I think there's room along there, and that's better, actually.
I think you're right, actually.
I might suggest when somebody changes the board that they might actually want to put those.
Yeah, it saves
like
room,
that.
right?
Yeah.
There you go.
So what we have the fertilizer plant, we have an airport, we have nature trails, we have Harwood Heights residential area, and the Belt and Hell Labs.
So now, let's see. Here's the market now. Do it that way. Or better yet, we'll just...
Should I have said what I did? I should have said what I did, shouldn't I? So I did my King George mansion again to bring my, to manipulate my population. Then I spent money again to put my population back up again. So now I'm the poor guy.
Yep.
All right. So admin is done, except I get to move this. So a moment while, let's see, what came out?
Oh, yeah,
we got the airports
as well.
We got some green, some red, some yellow. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, I see 3 buildings I like. And we have prosperity at the end of the 9th. So I think actually I will put it right there. That works. Then we go into final score. While y'all are thinking about where to play, or I guess, or Martin is, you want to go ahead and get your points?
Sure. So I lose 7, but that becomes 4. So I lose 4 points.
Plus another 1.
Plus another
for
1.
the difference.
So that's 5. I'm not, and then I get 2 bumps on that.
For that.
Yep. And I don't lose any points there.
All right, remove all your cubes, but leave your tourist marker. For me, I get 1, and then I lose 2, so a net of -1, -4, which makes that a -5.
-3. You're 2 points back. -1 minus another 2 is -3.
Okay.
Oh, so give me both yours.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I thought you were only 1 behind. You're 2 behind.
All right, then I get to advance that 1, and finally I get to remove that, which has been painful. And Martin, how about you? Your scoring.
So my scoring.
So you're at 7 minus 2 is 5, minus 4, you net 1, and you lose $3.
Net 1.
Yep.
Oh, I was on 0, I guess.
There you go.
don't have
All right.
anything.
Boom.
Okay.
Done.
Huh.
All right. There. Final era. So the era 3s have come out.
Yep.
We already covered that. So here we go. Blue. 6 times how much?
How was I net 1? Could you walk me back through that?
So 7,
Okay.
right? Positive.
Yep.
Back 2, difference of 2. That's going to be a difference of 5.
And then the 4 there.
And
okay.
then,
Got it.
there you
Yep.
go.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. That's, yep. Alyssa?
Yep. It's not.
We have a prosperity tile getting built here.
We do. I'm not going to build either of them, it doesn't look like. So, what works best for me
Yeah.
in the long run?
So if I do
I
that,
think
go there. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think, you know what? I just freed up a huge cash generation system,
Yep.
so I'll spend 18 to go first.
1832 is
To 14.
14. Okay. And Martin?
Well, if in doubt, be cheap.
All right, so you're
2.
spending 2, and I'm spending 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so Alyssa, your honor.
Yep. And we're going to take the nature trails.
Okay. Happy trails.
Nature
to
trails
you.
gets me 3 culture for every green building. Here, right?
Yep, so that's 3 culture.
And it gets me 3 progress.
Of course it does.
It gets me 2 points. And it loses me 2 steps there.
That it?
Yep.
I will take Belton Howell Labs. That was important for me. That's going to go 3. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 2 employment there. But unfortunately, 1, 2 there. And then, let's see, no anything else for yellow, only when it activates. Done. That's me.
Okay, so I want to check a rule here. Is this for every 5 population you get? Yes.
Or for every 5 culture.
Culture, sorry.
Yes.
That's what I was hoping it would say. Okay, I will take an airport.
Okay.
Okay, we always need airports. And I'll plop it here.
Unless there's a pandemic, then, I mean, but what are the odds of that?
Exactly. Yeah, no chance of that.
Too
right?
soon.
Actually, maybe there, because I mean, I can use the shopping centre advantage. And that will send me 2 on the development track,
2 for purple.
1 for public service, which is good because public services are crap. And because I built it, I get 2 culture because of the inspiration
2,
fountain.
Which is exactly where you want to be, right? Yep.
Oh, yes, oh, what a surprise. Who would have thought that?
All right, so tourism phase. I'm pretty sure it's you get mine still. Purple. Yep. All right. Executive phase. So, do your stuff.
All right.
Yep.
Let's see here.
So, 2 activations.
That's 2 activations.
By the way, Martin, I needed you to jump up 1 higher. I really did.
I'm sorry.
I don't think that means what you think it means. How many green and blue do you all have? You have 3 over there?
Yes.
And Martin, how many green and blue?
4 blue, 4 green and no blue.
All right, so that'll work. So I think we're building that one.
Nine, 16
Yeah.
bucks.
Okay.
So for 3
All right.
cubes,
So if I'm
well, I
building
can
that-
move this guy here, right? And then for 3 cubes, we'll activate 15, 21, 29. Wait, really? 15, 24. 20, 38, please. And I
Gross.
spend 2 for 3 points.
I have to activate that, I think. So activating this gives me 7 for that, 8 for that for 15. 15 and 2 culture. Yeah, 15 to 29 and 2 culture. There. Then I desperately need the population. I didn't get it. I need 1 population. That is frustrating.
What do you need?
Adding 9.
15 and 2. Do I do it again? I can't. I need 4. All right. You know what? Here. I'm going to activate this. I don't get the employment. Do you have to be able to do it? I have to double check that. The tile activation is not mandatory. Well, right, the activation, but can you? I think you can. I think you can. So assuming that's the case, I basically get none of that. But by activating it, I get 2 population there, 2 culture there. So I got that and $6.
I should be on 38.
Thank you.
Yep.
Can't believe I made it all the way up there. And done.
All right, so I activated Resort, which turned 2 culture into 3 points. And I activated Luxury Lane Small, which gets me 15, 21, $24.
And Martin, what'd you do?
Surprise, surprise, I activated the airport. There's 3 cubes on there, so I had to put both tourists and 2 more cubes to activate it, but that gives me 4 victory points, which is not unpleasant. And then, since I was short on cash, I dropped a worker on the Tudor townhouses to get me $9.
All right.
All right, we need new buildings.
Yep. New buildings
I have
and prosperity phase.
And these...
no,
I already did it.
Oh, you...
He already took ones out. Oh, you just missed moving that one over.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. Good. I'm going to build the theater. I have to have the most blue and green buildings. I have 4, or tied with. I do. When I do, I get 2 population. And at the end of the game, for every 4 culture, I score a point. The reason I did that is because at the end of the game, I get 3 employment automatically. So getting that jumped up is good.
Fortunately, I have to build a lake.
Aw.
2 cubes. I mean, cubes are points at the end of the game, sort of.
Fair. But now that's 20. So,
Well, not yet.
well, it will be. It will be. It will be. I have faith.
Well,
All
I
right.
have the least cubes, amazingly, even less than Edward, so I'm able to build an energy research lab.
But you have to have the fewest available.
Number of
Yeah,
cubes.
all right, yeah.
But if I do that in phase 3, I get 5 cubes. And I gain a
Utility.
public utility thing
All
as
right.
well.
Done.
5, so that's tolerable.
Blue. Go for it. What position you want?
I'll spend 12.
12. 1, 2, and 10 is 26.
27?
20.
No, 26, you're right.
All right. So what do I want? I would like something that gives culture in a perfect world. Straight points, not terrible.
Yeah, for 12 bucks.
I'm rolling deep right now.
Yep.
Population, I would like, and culture, I would like. That also gives me 3 bumps and Well, that pretty much is exactly what I want. So I'll spend the $6 to 29. Yep, and lock that up because I'm taking this. All right, and Martin, I'll just save you time, not having to worry about that.
All right, I was figuring out where I wanted to put my
Oh, sorry.
what's it marker.
Yep.
So where are we?
How many of y'all out there have either not heard of the Capitals or never played it before today?
Still got a hit in the game. I should think I would have got that anyway. Pop is always good.
Yeah, it's just too perfect for me to not get that. And that's going to be the 5th, so it's going to be 5 cubes. There. Give me -1 over there, will you?
I think I'll stick with where I am.
Okay, so I am building that. It's going to cost me 2 points, so give me actually a -3, I guess. Because building it there. But when I build it, I go up 3 bumps, 1, 2, 3, which will give me the new power plant, and that'll be 4 more points, which I've already accounted for here. Don't worry about it. And 2 population, 1, 2. This gap I'm really okay with because 3 of it doesn't exist because of that. So that was a green built. I built it adjacent to this, which gives me 1 more cube there for that one. And I think that's it. No. Could build it here instead a moment for 2 more culture. Is it worth it? Or the extra cube? I think I'm going to want the extra cube. So I think I'm good with that. And done. That's me. Alyssa?
I'm going to take the villa.
And if you're Spanish, the villa.
Which gets me 2 bumps on that, which gets me the
final one.
The final one, which is 6 points.
Less energy, more points.
So 6. And only 3 energy cubes, though.
Yep. But
But 6 points.
you are, how are you just miserly? Like,
Yeah,
wow.
that's a hell of a lot of activation
2
cubes.
population.
Shot.
And you are blue, too.
Yes.
Got it. All right, Martin. Well, I guess that's good. Michael says, it has me intrigued to play it, which says a lot since I despise city building games in general. Franny, really like it. Reprint, please. Yeah, I know Kevin said no reprint is imminent. Hey, Ken.
What's the end game scoring for culture points? How does that work?
I believe it's for every 2, it's 1 point. I believe
1 to 2 and
it's 1 for every 2. Yeah.
and 1 for every 4 money, right?
Yep.
And cubes.
And 1 for every 4 cubes
Yep.
left.
No, I think I'll go with a board game factory.
I mean, because
Might as well.
right? Wow, and that's your first yellow. Wow.
My first yellow as well,
Huh.
yes, which is a bit of a shocker, but there we are. So if I plop it here, I get 2 on the
You are
purple, which will get me
1,
my next
2,
power
and
plant.
that is the 4, right? For you?
Yep.
Okay.
4,
5
that'll be
cubes.
5 cubes and
And
4
4
victory
points.
points.
Hey, buddy. Lincoln.
So of the 5 cubes first. 1, 2,
Hi. Come here.
3, 4, 5 cubes. Oh my god, I've got cubes. And 4 victory points, which is definitely not bad. Then I also gain 1 on population. I lose 1 public service. And
Stop
because
that.
I'm next to the heritage windmill, I gain another
Culture.
but other than that, nothing exciting happens.
All right, tourism. Same as it ever was. Executive, take your actions. All right. So I'm pretty sure I'm doing the same thing. 3. So that's going to, well, maybe not. Oh, right. I will go, yep. 4 there, which that will give me 1 here, which will give me 2 population there and 2 culture. Oh, 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 oh. What? What? All right, at least temporarily. So that is that one, and the second one I think is going to be that one, which is going to be all of my cubes. Spend $12. 1, 2 to 27, 27, 17, and 7 points. So a positive 3, please. Yay! We're in the black. That's me.
7
my
on
2.
incomplete. On
7
economy, please.
to 19.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's
And I activated my Iron Foundry to convert 2 culture into 2 employment. And I activated my villa to turn 1 public utility into 3 people, 3 population.
Okay.
Starting to get my population moving in the right direction here.
Yep, I feel that.
so my hotel gave me the 7 money, and I used the board game factory to drop my population 1, but bring my employment up. So it's got my employment nicely up with my population.
All right.
And
So,
then I can move both my things here.
yeah, move your marker. We don't build the last prosperity for
Nope, and we need
1
5 more buildings.
Ah,
So I know
yes,
where to put these.
Yeah.
that's true.
What do we have?
1,
The ABL,
3,
Semiconductor, Stadium, High Finance Square, Bel Air Tower, and Recycling Factory. For every different type of building around that. So, have a hole when you do that. Okay. Oh God, that's actually terrible. I was looking at this. If I gain any more population, I lose $6. Don't want that to happen. Oh, y'all are waiting on me. I apologize.
No, I'm thinking as well, so you're not the only one thinking.
You know what? I'm going to put it right here. That's on 10. Well, going to 11 now. Okay. I'm going to spend 18. I'm at 23. That's 5.
Go first.
Yup.
I'll spend 9 to go second.
I guess I'm spending, I'll have to think about that. I'm spending
Right.
1 to go third. Still haven't decided what I'm doing, but I'm doing it last.
As soon as you do, I know what building I'm going for.
Okay, that's comforting. I'm going to go here.
Done?
Yep, done.
I have to take the recycling facility, and I'm going to spend the 2 points. Well, I guess actually it doesn't. I'm going to lose the 2 points either way, so I'm going to leave that as a spot, actually, I think. So I'm going to build it here. I'll lose the 2 points. I need just 1 point, please. Positive 1. Thank you. Because it's. Oh, God. No, if I build it there, I would lose 4 points. I will build it there, and I will not lose any points. Never mind.
The one back?
Yes, I will. Never mind. Because it's not adjacent to the brown, but
Yep.
it follows, but it's not adjacent to red or green, which would cause me to lose more points.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 bumps there. More importantly, I'm out of cubes. I get 3, and unfortunately, 1 there. But
All right.
done. Have a good night, Pablo. Or Polo. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm going to temporarily lose a point
Okay.
by building the stadium, which brings me down to 0, but I need $3. So
Yep. Because it's $18 to build, right?
Yep. And so I get 3 bumps, and then I get 3 points for every different type of building near it. So that's 6. So I'll take 5.
Yep.
Yes, I was tempted by that.
Okay. And
What I'm
Martin.
going to do instead is spend 1, 2, 3, 4. Lose my
There we go.
microphone, what's it? And take Highwood Heights, which I'm going to build. So that'll put me 3 on progress,
Got you.
2 on population.
3 on progress. Nope. You're right here. 1, 2, 3, 2 on population. Got you. Yep.
And
Welcome, Badger.
where am I? Oh, actually, do I want to do? I did that then. It's 2 victory points lost, but I gain another population if I popped it down here. Is that worthwhile? No, it isn't, because I've got other reasons. No, I'll be happy with that.
Not the one I want to build, but I can build it. Okay, so be it. All right, so we're all done building, correct?
Yep.
All right, tourist phase. Shockingly, I get my tourist marker back. Don't I? Yeah, because I am not in the yellow or the...
Yeah, you are. You're in orange. Less than 10.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Damn
And
it.
you're on 9.
Damn it. You get...
You can stay.
Or you actually get...
All 3.
Damn it. Damn it. All right.
Good try.
All right, run them if you got them. So I have 3 cubes.
I have 2 actions.
I have 2 actions, but it's really only going to be 1 for me.
So,
So
I'm going to
now
spend 3 cubes.
I need employment.
to get some
Going
cash.
to get 3.
9,
1, 2, 3. So I need 3 more throughout the last 2
16.
turns. So if I do that, it's 2.
Still 20.
It's 1 and $6. Actually, I could go there and get $12. 14. I'm not going to be able to run that again, I don't think, because I'm only getting 3 cubes on the next one. Okay. I need to get employment. So I can't run this. I can only run that. I think I have to. So I run that to get 1 employed. By doing that, I get $6. And I think that's it. Oof. Yep, that's me. Everyone done running your
Yeah, I
stuff?
ran my foundry, which got me.
Oh, I've got a
Oh,
third, actually.
I need to knock down 2 culture. 2 culture for 2 employment, and I ran my General Electrical for 16 cash.
And Martin?
I've got 2 of my actions decided. I've got a third, of course. But anyway, the first one is to hit the airport again. It requires a huge amount of cubes to do this, because there's already 5 on there, but I can put 6 on there, and I think it's worth it to get the 4 victory points.
Probably so.
I can also put 3 on here, lose 3 culture, 1, 2, 3, and gain 7 victory points, which also feels like a good move. And then what can I do with 2 cubes that would be interesting? That's the last thing I've got to decide. What would be fun? I haven't got much that I can do with 2 cubes. I could lose 1 on a board game factory to gain 3 workers, but then I'd only gain 1 worker, and I don't think it's worth doing that. I could lose a couple more culture and gain 1 on the public whatsits. Would that be worthwhile? It's a victory point loss, but it would put me no longer in last place, so maybe I'll do that. So it's 2 culture down, 1 public service up. Oh, no,
You need a third.
I needed a third to do that, sorry.
Gain 1, 2, and there. There we go.
So,
Can always hold them for next turn.
yep, I'll have to hold them for next turn.
Okay. All right. So, put out more, but we also have our final prosperity. Mine is going to go. Unfortunately, the one I'm not building is a military base. I need to have the worst public utilities, and
Yep.
it's not tied,
Yeah.
which would have given me a bump of 4 and allow you to. But anyway, I'm building the bus station. That gives me 5 points because we're in era 3. So give me a nickel if you would, please. And anytime I activate a green building, I get a energy cube. But I have to have the most industry and residential. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's tied with Martin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, and
That's not industry and residential, is it? That's industry and government.
no, it's green.
No, it's industrial. Green.
Green and yellow. Let's put it that way.
Oh, green and yellow. Okay.
So we're good.
Sorry.
All right. Melissa, what you got?
Oh, it's the sun, not both have got to be. Oh.
Well, unfortunately, I have 2, but the 2 buildings you guys built block me from both.
That tears me up
So,
inside.
glory to Rome. Glory to Rome. Because I needed the most 3 without ties, and Edward has 3 and I have 3. 3 progress.
Oh,
And the Space Research Lab, I needed to be tied with government and industrial, and Martin built a 7th, and I have 6. So I'll be building a lake.
all right. Nice lakefront property over there, though. All right. And Martin?
Sure.
And I thought I was building a lake, but I realised I'd
I'll build it over
misinterpreted
here.
with the symbols. I thought you had to be top of each, not
I
the
do
sum.
not believe so. I believe it's the sum.
And since the sum, I can build the multinational corp because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
Yeah.
in green and red, and no one can match that.
1, 2, 3. I have 5. Yeah.
Yep.
I have
I-
7.
okay.
So,
So
I will
you're
build
good.
the international corp.
Oh, and I lose 2 points.
I get workers if I had blue buildings. I don't have every building I build, I get a worker. And I've just been ignoring that because I've never managed to build the thing, but I could have built it ages ago. But I will get 2 victory points at the end of the game, so there's that.
All right. Final round. New tiles out. And remember, you will have to pay again wherever you go.
Right.
A moment. 1, 2, 3. Four. So that's worth 12 culture to me. And every four. Is it? All right. Well, let me. So potentially that. The botanical gardens. We have the Techno. What is it? Technotech Inc.
Inc.
Community Center, Prescott Pharmaceuticals, and Royal Cinema. Am I gonna be able to run something? I think so. I think it's worth it. Oh, hold on.
36?
Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Well, it's 8. It would be 18 right now, which I would need $7.
So 3 points, and it'd be 18 at the end of the turn.
Oh, I could get the money. Yeah, maybe not. That's good. If I'm going to do that, I'll pay the 6. I won't get that. Somebody else is going to take it. But 6 down to 5. Oh well. Oh well.
I'll pay 8. Down to 8.
And Martin, $2 or $3 to go first or second.
I'm going to go first, Mike.
Okay.
For the first time.
Okay. Do your worst.
What is my worst? I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. I just decided I was going to do it first. That was really helpful, wasn't it?
Oh, and I should have been able to move this. So this is.
Oh, no, I should not have. Wait, where was that? Did you just build?
No, it was the
Okay.
recycling.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to put it right there and not move my entire tableau.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm very short of activations. The only way I'm going to get any more is if I build a power plant. I'm going to have to do a 3-step, so that's really one of those two. Or
Makes sense.
possibly that. Museum of History. Museum of History gets me a raft of culture, which is not bad because I have got an action that will turn
You'll lose a
culture
population
into thing,
if you do it,
which is nice. I will lose a population.
because that will drop you back 2, which means
Yeah.
you will lose a population.
Which is not so good, but on the other hand, I've got I've got a fair bit of population, and I've got no real way of pushing it up enough to make the board game factory really count. Or I've got the botanical gardens. That'll be 4 victory points right there. What does this?
It's for every 3. I'm counting on your tableau. Anyone that has exactly 3, which is 1.
One.
1. It'd be
One.
3 culture.
So I'll get 3 culture off the botanic gardens. I'd only lose 1. What's it? I'll get 4 victory points, and I would get my extra move.
I mean, the 2 extra employees seem pretty good for you.
That also is another possible, but oh yes, and that's also a 3-point move as well.
I mean, I feel like that's the obvious. I haven't
And
looked
I
at
can
your.
put it anywhere. Yes, the 2 would put me straight up on where I need to be. If I activate something next to it, I can even get a little bit more population, not that it will really do much good. Yeah, I think this is probably the right bet because I can get my population
You
up by
built no blue
2,
buildings.
which will be, yes,
Yep.
6 points. Better than the 4 from there. Okay, I'm taking that Techno-Tech and I can put it anywhere I like. Might as well put it next to the shopping centre.
And 1, 2, 3. You are on your 5th.
I was on number 4, so
All right.
give me number 5.
4 points and 4 cubes.
4 points and 4 cubes.
All right.
1 and a 5 for a 10. 4 cubes.
So
we're running out of cubes now.
There's these, but yeah.
Thanks to the Alyssa cubing horde machine.
Right,
Yes.
over
seriously.
there.
So I have a question, because you
Yeah.
get a point for every space on the development track you went past
Yep.
the center. Since I've already reached the end, if I go past it again, I'm not giving up points, right?
I would think that would continue to
Yeah.
score, yes.
In that case, I will take Botanical Gardens.
Right around. I didn't expect it to come to me once I knew I had to go third.
I lose 2 points, but I get 4 points, so that's 2 points for that. And then I get 3 bumps on the track, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so 12 culture to 18.
All right, well, I will take Prescott Pharmaceuticals, place it there. Where'd you place that?
Here, so I lost 2 points.
Ah, gotcha, okay. So I get 2 here, 1, 2. Good news is I get 3 cubes out of it. And 6 points. So hey, that's a 10.
10 here.
Because y'all are smoking me right now on that. There, and 2 employees there. Done. All right. Tourism. Still me. I still don't have mine, and that goes.
I get Edwards.
Yep,
And
gives
yours
yours back. Yep. Okay.
And I take this, so I'll have 3 activations.
And I'm at my 2 with 4 cubes. Good luck with that, Edward. Let's see what we got.
So this has got 6 on it, so it would need.
I only got to spend $1 at the end of the game, so money doesn't matter for me right now. Okay. So I would like employment.
I would spend 2 culture for 3 points.
But if I,
And
let's see.
that gets me 2 guys.
I don't want any population, but I want. Oh, I'm already going to max that. I don't need to worry about that because of that. Never mind. I have gotten that perfectly. But if I do get one, it's worth 3 points. That's probably the best thing I could do. Okay. So I could go there. If I mean, money is still good. And it's every $4. So if I can't get at least 12, that would give me 12. That would give me 20 and 2 culture. That probably seems better. That's fine. It is. So I'll do that. So I'll spend 3 cubes there to be able to get 12 plus 8 is 20, plus 2 is 22, and 2 culture. And 22 and 5 is 27. And I have 1 cube left, and I don't think I have anything that is a free activation, so I'll eat it. That's it. All right. No prosperity phase, but there is a scoring, so
Right. Yep, I activated resort and villa, so
Okay. And Martin?
So I realised I shouldn't have put that there, but that's okay. I think I want to do this. There's 1, 2. There's 2 there, so I add 2 more. That will drop my culture by 2, but increase my thing by my public utilities by 1, which will be worth more victory points. And then I put 3 on Harwood Heights, and this is the bad thing because it actually will increase my population, which I don't want. But it will drop my culture by 3, 1, 2, 3, and give me 7 victory points, which I do want.
And then that will go.
And it goes
There.
up 1, which is the problem.
Yeah, it's a
because it
point.
gives me a point.
But, all
But
right.
if I'd put this up here, then I wouldn't have had that happen.
Fair. All right, so we're done. So we go into World Expo. So purple, you're looking at 19 minus 1 is 18. You're in second here because there. What, 18 minus 2, 16?
16.
16 points. And you get an extra cube.
16 points.
There we go.
So we're 20.
All right,
And he pays
oh, good
12
call.
bucks, so he actually loses a point.
Yep, because you have to pay that
Oh,
again.
right. Okay.
I pay 6.
Yep, I pay my 1, so there. But scoring, you're looking at 5, 0, minus 4 is 1, and you owe 1 more buck.
How about that?
Oh, that worked out really well. And for me, I'm at 16, minus 3 is 13. I'm in first there, so I don't lose anything. 13, and I get a cube.
Oh, and I actually get 2 points back, because when I lose 4, I only lose 2.
Good call. 13 for me, please.
So I get a 3, you get
A
13.
10 and a 3, yep. All right, so now we go into final scoring. So here we go. Final scoring. 1 for every 4 cubes left.
Nope.
Okay, none. 1 for every $4 remaining. No.
6 for Edward.
Yep. And that would be 24. I'm at 2 because tiebreaker. Okay. 1 for every 2 on the culture track. So 7 for blue. 6 for purple.
3 is
And 5 for red.
okay.
5 for red.
Oh, you want some too?
Thanks. I appreciate it. And then 1 for every space beyond their last power plant. So Alyssa's is you're here. So
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points for Alyssa. I'm 1. Martin 0. So 1 point. So progress matters. Just for those scoring at home. All right. So now, end of game scoring for your prosperity tiles.
And this is where I
Go for it.
Nope, it's very easy 0, because I didn't get to build either of my endgame scoring tiles.
Ouch.
Yep.
Okay.
I get 2. That's all I get.
Okay.
It's nothing else. No other checkered flags.
So technically, by the way, I was supposed to be able to do this first because that gives me 3 bumps. 1, 2, 3. That's a difference of 8 plus 3 that I wouldn't have had. That,
Plus 2.
plus 2, 8, so 10
Okay,
more.
10 more.
And then I get 4 for every prosperity tile. That's 20. And then 4 for every culture, which is 2. So 22.
There you are, 22.
There we go.
That
What do
should
you
win it
got?
for you?
42. Not good enough, because I couldn't get endgame scoring.
I got 54, which also is not good enough.
I somehow ended up winning this, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that endgame
40.
scoring was just
50, 55,
What was your score,
42?
Alyssa? 42.
60, 67.
Terrible teacher.
Oh, apparently I have 43.
Okay, yep.
I took a -2
There you
off
go.
pro building instead of -1.
Wow.
Have you
Hashtag
heard?
terrible teacher. Wow, I
Did you
thought I
end
was
up at?
getting 67.
67, wow.
Oof.
Where'd y'all end up?
43.
43 and 54.
54, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Like,
That end game scoring really
you know,
kicked in.
if a game
Indeed.
offers you end-game scoring, wow.
Well, I didn't have the opportunity. None of my tiles would give me end game scoring except the 2 points off this. I didn't get a single
this one
end-game
was
scoring tile.
2 points and 2 points per 3 thing that I had, and you blocked me from that. And this one was
Well, I didn't know it, though.
no. And this
fair.
one was what was this? This was the point for every $6, which I could have generated if I wanted to, but that was no longer relevant.
Well, the main thing for me was that once I saw the prosperity tile, I was like, I have to build prosperity tiles no matter what.
Yep.
Right.
And
yeah.
then make sure I get this out at some point. So, because the 20 points and then everything else. And I saw the population, I was, or the employment, I was like, okay, I know I need to do that. But yeah, so thoughts on the game for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. It's a fairly standard Tableau builder and go up tracks, but the prosperity tiles make it more interesting. We didn't play with those on Saturday,
Right.
And I thought it was pretty just standard and okay. I'd play it, but nothing special. But the prosperity tiles make it interesting, give you a little goal and give you something different to aim at.
Yeah, the rules say, like, if you don't want to play with them in your first game, but after that, definitely play with them. And I think the game is boring without it, which is the worst thing you can call a game, is
Right.
boring. With the prosperity tiles, I think manipulating that gives it a whole new layer that it needs, and the game hugely benefits from it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
agree.
definitely very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, my obvious comparison is to Suburbia, which is a game I know fairly well, having got it a few years ago and played it quite a few times. I mean, they're different in the sense that the actual mechanics of play are quite different, although they have a very similar theme. I would say, I suspect that most people who like Suburbia would like this game and vice versa. So if this game really, if either this or Suburbia really tickles your fancy, then getting the other one is probably a good bet.
Because they are different.
Yes, they are sufficiently
Right, yeah.
different to be interestingly, to go with both of them. If you like that style, I'm not as gripped by Tableau building like this, so
Sure.
I kind of feel, well, I've got Suburbia, I don't really need to add this. And you could probably make a similar argument, except the theme, with Castles of Mad King Ludwig, which is also a Tableau builder. And I felt that way with Suburbia. I have Suburbia, I don't need Castles of Mad King Ludwig. If you were starting from scratch, I might argue for Castles of Mad King Ludwig, because the theme is so stupid that it's fun. But it really doesn't matter that much. A lot depends on whether you're into this kind of, not just Tableau building, but Tableau building where you see everybody has a common set of tiles that they're building from. But with all of that, I actually, for a game that I know that has that mechanic of you've got a common set of tiles that you're building from, I would still go for Glass Road.
Interesting.
Which has, again, some very interesting mechanics on the layout. You're competing for the tiles, but now you've got a much more interesting resource game and card game that feeds into getting those tiles to get the combos that you want to go, and it plays significantly quicker.
It does, but they're very different. So that's an interesting one. The Suburbia one, the knock on Suburbia that I would have is, hey, do you have? Whereas this isn't. It's entirely contained within your own Tableau. You're not. Yes, I have to be aware how many you've built of that, but
Right,
it's,
with the prosperity tiles do add a little bit of interaction. Otherwise, it's multiplayer solitaire, right? I mean, for the
outside of the market.
Outside of the
yes,
market, yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. But the thing I was saying was, when it comes to Suburbia, you have to be like, has so and so built that, and it's harder
It
to see.
does make it a little harder to scan, because
Right.
remember, when you do this, I get points.
Right.
And that is either good because it increases interaction, or bad because it complicates the
maintenance,
game.
Right.
it slows
Yep.
things down. It makes
And
things
Ludwig
advanced.
doesn't have that problem. Ludwig, you are much more contained within yourself, but then it brings in the polyomino
Right.
element as well.
The Glass Road thing, that's kind of interesting. I don't feel like it scratches the same itch for me.
No, I think
Because those are very different. Yes, I get what you're saying, but I would almost put Glass Road as a filler, almost, because it plays so quick compared
Yes.
to a full meat game, I guess. And the problem I have with Glass Road compared to this is the tableau, or the especially the lower player counts, the market stagnates to where there's just not as much turnover in the buildings that come out. Whereas this, you see almost all the buildings, regardless of the player count, because there are certain tiles that you take out for the number of players. So they're different.
Yeah, I think for me it's interesting because I didn't immediately think of Glass Road as a comparison point because it doesn't feel the same.
But I get what you're saying.
Suburbia really feels the same.
Yeah.
But when I sort of sat back and I thought, well, is it just I don't like tableau builders like this because Suburbia is, it's an okay game, but it's not a game I would buy again if my house burnt down. And then I realised that actually Glass Road has a very similar mechanic in this buying from a shared market thing, but it is the game I would get again. And I actually don't agree with you so much with the stagnation because I think the stagnation's important because the bottom row tiles in Glass Road are the victory points you're aiming at. If they turned over, you wouldn't know what you were shooting at. It would be a complete look fest as to what you would get. You've got to spend more than one round aiming at those bottom row tiles. The top tiles turn over naturally because everybody's trying to get them. But you have to have stagnation at the bottom row because otherwise you wouldn't know what you were aiming at.
Fair point.
But I mean, it is interesting that it feels differently, but it has a very similar mechanic, and it obviously appeals more to me than System Suburbia.
Whereas this appeals more to me than Glass Road, I think, because even though it doesn't have a lot of emergent gameplay here, I mean, you're just doing the same thing, 12 times essentially, right? The same cycle of things. The buildings change and the prosperity tiles change. I think this is solid. I don't think it's great, but I don't think I could recommend it without the prosperity tiles. I feel pretty confident with that.
I agree.
And if you enjoy tableau builders, I think this hits the mark pretty well. And it's funny, looking back years ago, this was a really hard game for me. Now, not at all.
Yeah.
And again, that's just the maturity of having experience of playing a wider breadth of games, I think.
Yeah, one of the comments in chat brought out Alhambra, which also occurred to me as a tableau builder. Now, Alhambra is much lighter than this, but it's got a really nice little mechanism because you have to you get different currencies that you have to build your tiles with. The layout of the tiles is much more straightforward. You haven't got the interacting effects and all that kind of thing. So it's a much lighter game. But if you like the tile laying, this kind of individual tableau building experience, and you want a game that's really, really easy to learn, but still quite fun to play, Alhambra is also another choice to go after.
And for me, I like the interaction of the tiles. I like the way you can chain stuff, right, and play them off of one
I do. That's made me feel I prefer Suburbia to Alhambra, but I noticed that quite a lot of friends will enjoy Alhambra more just because they don't want to work so hard on
and I prefer this over Suburbia. So.
Indeed.
Apparently the designer mentions there's a drafting variant for the prosperity tiles.
Oh, okay.
That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Like, grab one, pass them to the left, and then something along the lines of that.
That would be really interesting to play.
Yeah, I think that just adds another layer as you get more experience with the game. I think,
I suspect the drafting would definitely be the way to go if you're going to play this more regularly.
Yeah, I agree. All right, there you go. That is the Capitol. So thanks to these fine folks for hanging out tonight and coming and playing this tonight. Thanks to all y'all that chose to hang out with us tonight as well. And thanks to Kevin over at Mercury Games for popping in and hanging out with us tonight. And Paulo, who said he was going to sleep, but has stayed the entire time. And to everybody, definitely appreciate it. If y'all do, if you did enjoy it, give it a thumb. Consider supporting the show. Patreon.com/HCHQ. Subscribe if you haven't. It's a holiday weekend here, so might get away for a couple days, but we may stream something this weekend. So make sure you hit the little bell notification so you get notified whenever we go live.
And I did build the National History Museum, and the National History Museum in my city has this wonderful collection of funds that you sent to us. Your funds, send them.
So hit the thumb down below. Appease Martin, please. There you go. All right, there you go. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Certainly enjoyed it. Have a great holiday weekend if you're here in the States. And if you're not, well, just have a great weekend when you get there as well. So I'm Edward.
Melissa.
I'm Martin.
All right, be kind to one another. Take care, everybody. Good night, y'all. At least tonight, when I did come back from behind and win, I wasn't like, oh, I'm getting smoked, I'm getting trounced. I didn't do it.
You didn't do that this time.
I did. I'm learning because I was like, well, I am going to get 20. I didn't think, I really thought I was going to
like
be
35
competitive.
points. You got 35 points.
That was huge.
Well, once I got blocked from all my endgame scoring, it was just done for me.
Well,
and I knew that.
And the thing is, none of us knew that we were blocking you and doing that, right? So,
yeah, no, there's
good
nothing
stuff.
you can do much.
Good stuff.
Yep.
All right.